on the internet. Not sure why that is, but please bear with me. So it's good evening here and good morning to those across the water. I'm Judith Miller. I'm a spiritual physical medium. I'm also an empowerment and transformational coach, spiritual practitioner, therapist, and coach. And I also do healing and with spiritual surgery. So I want to thank you for joining me on the start of this. It's a very much a new journey for me with this part. And I wanted to say thank you very much for joining me and being a part of this journey with me. So I wanted to explain a little bit of how I work with spirit and introduce myself for hopefully each week I get to speak with you and you will enjoy the show. I was trained, I live in Ireland, by the way. I live in Belfast, Northern Ireland, on the island of Ireland, very much the Emerald Isle, as everybody knows it. So it's really lovely to join you all tonight and be part of this. It's lovely. So I wanted to explain a little bit of how I work with my spirit team. I work quite differently in the sense that I was trained by spirit in all my physical. And anybody who does know me knows it's the most beautiful experience you can have. Not only do our loved ones want to reassure us that they're very much still around us, can communicate with us, but they can also interact physically with us. I never choose the spiritual because it's not my messages or it's not my place. I'm always very spirit-led and I always go by what spirit would like to do. So when I make a connection, everybody gets the opportunity. Normally, everyone will have the opportunity to experience some form of physical. It might be to hold your loved one's hand, might be for your loved one to physically close your hand and hold tight. Sometimes it's been a while since we've connected physically with our loved ones, and it means so much, not just to us, but also to our loved ones. So I would say to experience that is a gift. I don't, it's not myself, if I can put it that way. I don't say, oh, look, this is what you're going to experience. It's very much each person experiences it physically themselves. So there's no disputing that it's actually happening. So your loved one might want to move a pen, a pencil, a mug, photographs, whatever they choose or they know this close by you, they will ask you to put it in your hand. It could be a balloon. They might burst the balloon in your hand. They might push the mug off your hand. They might move the pen or pencil in your hand. I've done quite a lot of different objects around people's homes. But it's not, the difference being is it's you feeling it. It's your hand and it's you that's experiencing the physical in front of your eyes. So not only is your loved one passing those beautiful messages to you, you're also physically interacting with your loved one once more. And yes, it is in a slightly different way, but I have to say it is the most beautiful healing experience. It brings a lot of love and it brings a lot of peace within, because not only do we resonate with the messages and the guidance or the memories that our loved ones want to share, they very much go out of their way to show you they're there. They might open your cupboard doors. They might turn your water on. They deliver feathers live from heaven. Again, I don't choose. And it's important that I don't choose, because it should never be taken away from your experience. The whole point of how I work, Spirit very much trains me. I do it like this. As I'm talking to you, I'll give you messages, but I also will then help with the physical. So I'm excited for you to try that because I do work very differently. I don't go into trance. I stay completely coherent as I am right now. So I look forward to sharing that with you. And even if you're not the one who has been able to get through on each occasion, to hear somebody else and what it means to them is the most beautiful. It's reassuring, even if we aren't successful in that one time, doesn't mean to say we won't on the others. So I also am recognised by the Complementary Medical Association worldwide. So I wanted to say that holistic side of health is getting so much more out there. So much more out there. We tend to let the mind take over. And when we can allow the mind to slow, we can do a lot of things. The mind is a powerful tool, but we don't always use it in a way to benefit us. Sometimes it can go against us. So I always explain to people, we just have to ask for help from our loved ones and guides, and we will always receive it. But we must believe in what we're asking for. I work with a team of 4 spiritual surgeons. I'll be honest, I very much was not expecting that. I wasn't even expecting to work in the physical mediumship in the way that I do. But I'm grateful, and I wouldn't have it any other way, because we have to heal on a spiritual level to help us on a physical level. We can help different conditions, we can help heal with spirit, but when we're working purely on the physical vessel, it's like putting a plaster and you're covering something up. We have to get to the root of the cause, and sometimes spiritual surgery is necessary, but it is not painful, and again, it's very healing. So when we talk about the mind, we talk about going to the subconscious, because the subconscious is where we can help connect in with people on a higher level, in the sense they let go. So to heal the physical, we must heal the spiritual. So both go tandem together and together. So I wanted to say that some weeks, spirit, my voice will go. It's not me, it's spirit. I will just continue to talk. And if my voice tends to go, it will either be to a loved one, or it will be because spirit are wanting to bring guidance forward. Again, when spirit want to talk, they just use my voice box. They don't need the rest of me. They don't need the rest of this body. They just need my voice box. So I will always allow, because I am truly, truly grateful that I know I work very uniquely, but I have my spirit team to very much thank for that. And my journey is amazing journey. We have ups and we have downs, but I've also learned through life experiences, and I'm not exempt from anybody else. I have been through some quite hard times in my life, but they taught me very valuable lessons. And because of that, I chose to help others. And I learned that when we help through the spiritual way, it is so much simpler, and people really get that benefit. So I hope you enjoy your journey with me, and I thank you for joining me. And I'm looking forward to this part of the journey together. So I am. So I see we've got Gina from Frederick in Colorado. Hi, Gina. How are you?
I am doing very well. How are you?
I'm grand. It's lovely to connect with you, Gina. Thank you so much for calling in. Gina, would you like me to connect and see who's here for you, please?
Yes, please.
certainly. I want to talk about a father figure. I want to talk about a gentleman, and I want to talk about heart. He talks about heart. He's around you a lot, and he talks about spades and digging. And I feel he wants to talk about garden. He's just said yes. He wants to talk about the garden. He liked gardening. It was a calm place for him. It was a nice place that brought him into his own thoughts. Do you understand there's a grandfather figure around you?
A grandfather. I had two pass away, three pass away actually, a step grandfather.
Okay.
So
okay, but I also
three of them.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Do you understand? I also want to talk about your arm. Okay, arm. If it's not your arm, it's someone who has come forward with arm. They talk about arm. Someone has hurt their arm recently, and I want to say it's a muscle. It's to do with a muscle. And it kind of flares up back and forth and gives a little prop. I want to say tennis elbow, but it's like tennis elbow. Can you understand that, Gina?
Not really. I mean, my elbow was hurting yesterday, but I just thought I'd snuff it moving.
No, well, there you go. They will always be around us. They always know how we feel. And even if we aren't realizing and we've never met them, or, they know how we feel. They know what happens. But I want to say the arm is going to give more problems. Okay. And I feel it's what we would call here in the UK. I don't know what it's called in the US, but I want to say like tennis elbow. I feel it will give more problems, but it's muscular. It's to do with that part of the arm. Okay. Okay. You call it the same thing. Great job. Okay. So do you want? Can I ask? Do you understand? I want to talk about a cancerous condition, or Mont's Place condition. I want to talk about a cancerous condition, and I want to talk about a lady, and I want to go back into spirit. Okay, there's a lady in spirit coming forward, and she's making me aware of a cancerous condition. And I want to say, do you understand when we pass messages that'll either be could be for yourself or your partner or within your family circle? But I want to say, Mum.
And it was about what now?
It's when we pass messages, when we're receiving messages, we bring us, our family, our partners, or within that circle of friend, our connection. But I want to bring you to Mum. I want to talk about cancer condition, please, or zodiac. I want to talk about a condition.
Okay.
Are we there, Gina?
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
And I want to talk about the month of September. The month of September is very relevant. They're making me aware. And okay. Gina, are you happy to, I'm going to ask, are you happy to experience the physical?
Experience the what?
The physical interaction with your loved ones in spirit?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand? I want to talk about the gym, and I feel somebody can select to extreme, either do like too much or too less, but they go in bunch of time like that. They will go at it for quite intense, and then they take a break, and then they go back at it quite intense. Do you understand the message? I'm being told to slow down. Okay. I have to say to slow down. I want to talk about the lady in spirit. She's talking about birthdays, and she's singing this song, Hallelujah. I feel she was quite, faith was important to her because she sang it, but also she had quite a sense of humor, a very uplifting personality. And it was like, she would have joked, did she say hallelujah if somebody finally got something or got that message?
So are you saying my mother? Because my mother is alive. Or who is my grandmother?
There's a mum figure coming forward, and She's just said to me,
it could be
hallelujah.
my aunt.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be my aunt.
Okay. She's the lady that's talking to me. There's a gentleman here, but the lady is the one who's doing the talking, okay? And she is talking about, did she play tennis or do you play tennis?
No.
Okay, I keep getting referred to the tennis. I'm not sure if she's taking me back to your tennis elbow or if there's a connection with the tennis, but I'll continue on, okay? So if you just relax your arms, okay? If you put your arms nice and relaxed on your thighs, your palms facing up, and you choose, okay? And do you understand the song Love, Love Me Too? You know I love you. I think that's a Beatles song. Love, love me too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm not a good singer, but that's the song she's singing. And it's important that I give that message to you. And she's talking about a memory of fireworks.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's talking about the 4th of July. Things has changed. Families not as connected as what they were, more separated, more divided. Do you understand, Gina?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if you just relax, and I'm going to help. Do you understand the name Martha?
And what was that?
Martha. Like it sounds like Martha to me. Martha.
No.
I want to give you the Martha. Okay. I want to also talk about June, and I want to talk about the month of March. Okay. They're very relevant. I'm being told birthdays. Okay.
Yes.
And also there's an anniversary in June. Okay, so let me see. You link in and I'm going to pass the messages, and if you just relax, I'm being told grandmother. Okay, she's just validated the sentence there. So I want to let you know that I'm going to link in and I'll chat as we're going, and we're going to see if she's going to close the hand or lift the arm, but there'll be no mistaking because it's happening to you. Okay? Okay. I'm just linking in. So what I do is I channel my energy with your loved one. So I share my energy and I hold the space for them to use my energy and to help connect and physically interact with you, okay? So I want to talk about your arm. So your arm's going to get a little bit light, okay? So if you just relax that, don't be worrying about it. I also want to talk about dancing, okay? Dancing. I feel somebody, it's not ballroom dancing, but I see somebody went like to go dancing. But I also feel that they have like a number on their back. So like would they have competed? I feel somebody competed in a dance. Do you understand, Gina?
Yeah, it could be my Aunt Esther. She used to go to the dances.
Okay, because she's showing me it's the bottom half. I'm seeing them dancing around, and she's quite quick on her feet. So she is.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you understand? I want to talk about a brother. There's a young man coming forward. Now, spirit always show themselves in the way that they want to. It could be when they were younger, but not necessarily the age they pass. And I want to talk. Okay, I want to talk about teddy boys. Okay, and I feel like this is an uncle. There's an uncle in spirit who would have been like a teddy boy. Do you understand, Gina?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's coming forward. And I feel he had to do with the heart. Okay, and he talks about smoking, but I have to say about the heart. But the lady is the grandmother who's going to lift your arm. Okay, and you will feel it getting much lighter. Okay, the more you relax, the more it will feel like your arm's not there, but you know it is. It's just grandmother, okay? I also want to tell you to watch out for a white feather. She leaves them regularly, but she says no one realizes who they're from. They're from her. Okay. And I want to say mum's side of the family.
Okay.
She's just said yes. Okay, now let's see if we can move this arm or we can make it lighter for you as we go. Do you understand? She's talking about childhood memories and she's talking about bad dreams, scared of the dark. And I'm also being shown like a barn. And I feel it was like, I want to go back to like childhood, like the fun. People would have had fun in the barn, and there was like cousins and, there was different family members, but it was all, it's very different now. She says it's very different now. And she also explains that the table's not the same, and I feel it's the table she's setting for Thanksgiving, like or for the 4th, like celebrate. I want to say the 4th of July, and excuse me because I'm over in Ireland, so in the north of Ireland, so I don't know everybody's traditions. So I don't know if it would have been a big family dinner get together around the 4th, but I have to say about the 4th, okay. She talks about the 26th of September, very, very relevant, 26th of September. And she brings in an anniversary. And she's talking about it would have been a milestone, okay? Can I ask, is your arm starting to get a little bit lighter, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you just relax and just keep that relaxed, she's going to lift it, okay? So I'm going to help her lift it. Okay. I'm going to run out of time because of my introduction. So what I want to say is you can know that feel her, should I say, feel her. Know she's around you and know that she's never going to leave, okay? All around you. But thank you for connecting. Sorry, I didn't get to finish everything, but as I go, I'll soon find the rise of it all. But it was so lovely to meet you, Gina, and please take their love. And know that slow down, okay? The focus is on you. So slow down. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. So guys, you can get me on TikTok as Medium1111, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and my website, of course, will be on the site. So thank you for joining me. And I truly, truly hope that we can go forward on this journey together. And yeah, thank you. You have been fantastic, and I'm truly, truly grateful.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Spiritual Connections with Psychic Medium Cindy. Psychic Medium Cindy. Live from Facebook.com/Psychic Cindy. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Spiritual Connection on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's having a good week. I missed everybody last week because I had technical difficulties with my computer and I couldn't get on. But so it's nice to be back tonight, and hope everybody's doing well. We are definitely having some heat here in Halifax, Canada, where I'm from. We're feeling 34, 35, 37 degrees. I know that doesn't mean that much to everybody, but that's the way it is here. So it'd be close to 100. Super hot, super humid. And for me lately, the last few days, feeling really tired. So for those of us, I think probably throughout Canada and a lot of the states are feeling really probably a little bit fatigued this week. And, some of that is astrological stuff because we definitely have Mars moving. And Saturn is doing its thing, but I think for the most part it's probably the heat. So drink lots of water and get some extra naps in if you can over the next little while, so we can get through this summer that we're having. So I thought, for tonight, let's just pull some cards. Let's pull some cards for the next few days for the collective while we wait for a caller to come on. Let's try. Let's do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's some astrological stuff happening on Monday, so let's see what that's going to look like for us. Alrighty. I'm pulling the old tarot today, too, so. All right, interesting. Okay. All right. Okay, wow. All right, I got to call them as I see them, but the first card that pops out for tomorrow is the Ten of Swords. Now, what's really interesting is that this is the first tarot deck that was ever created. So this is the Rider-Waite deck. And in this deck, the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords is not the same as how other people kind of describe them in some of the newer tarot. So in this tarot deck, the 8, 9, and 10, the 8 is the cocoon being spun, and the 9 is the caterpillar, and the 10 is you just about to go into turning into a butterfly. So it's a transitional time. Anytime you see a 10, in tarot, it's usually, if it's the world or whatever, you're going to see a big transition coming in your life. So we're definitely up for some changes, and that's a good thing, because I think, that's always, sometimes they're sad, but it's always positive for us to move on. The next card we do have is the 7 of Pentacles. And what's really interesting about this card is that it shows all the seeds that have been planted. So you can see all the pentacles here that have been planted, but he's ignoring this one here at his feet. So sometimes on Saturday, we may have to take a step back and look at things from a different perspective. Not very hard. We can do that. And sometimes that can come when you have to make a decision or make a choice about something. Sometimes just stand back and look at it from a different perspective, because Sunday does bring in the 10 of Wands. And on this card, the man is struggling trying to get up the hill because he has these wands. So yet again, it is often depicted as a card of you're carrying a lot of weight, or, you've got a lot of struggles, but it's also look how strong you are. You're carrying all those wands and you're getting up the hill. The 10 again, you're going to drop those wands once you get there. You're just at that point where you're moving into that new transition. I think it has very much to do with the Saturday looking at a different perspective, because if you look at the different things from a different perspective, come Sunday, you'll be able to drop those wands. Monday is yet again the Four of Cups. People yet again don't love this card, but I do because there's the cup coming in for you. So there is going to be an offer coming in. I love the cups because it's it's abundance and it's love and emotions, and could just be a friend getting in touch with you or a family member. You're into somebody you really like, but whatever it is, enjoy the next few days and be ready because there's definitely some transitioning moments happening. So be the butterfly, people, be the butterfly. So we have Barbara from South Carolina. Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Very good.
Good.
What can I do for you this evening?
Well, I would like a reading, and I would like to see. I've never done this. This is new to me. So I would like to see maybe, hopefully, some positive things coming in my future. But I don't know that. That's why I asked for the free reading.
All right, good idea. That's the way to do it, right?
Okay.
Start off with a free reading, see how it goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just like a simple little situation because you don't have anything in mind specifically, right? You're just thinking just in general.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay.
Ma'am.
So I'm just going to start with something really general, and then we'll kind of dig from there because the cards will tell us where we need to go. All right?
Okay. I'm sorry. Say that one more time, please.
So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a really simple spread. And from that spread, we'll probably do another card shuffle. Okay. And we'll just dig a little deeper because the cards will tell us where we need to go, right? What we need to look into further. That's what I'm asking them in my head. You don't hear all these conversations I have in my head, which is probably a good thing. But in my head, I'm always talking to the spirit world, right? Telling me, what does Barbara need to know? Well, so far, so good. Couldn't be much better, which is interesting. Okay, so the first card that I have for you is the Triumph card, which is beautiful. It's a number 7 card, which is all about success. But 7 is also about the spirit world too. It's a very spiritual number. And then the Triumph card in the old tarot would be the Chariot. And then on this card, there's a man that's like on a horse and he's like heading forward. So this card is all about success and progress and you moving forward. That's what it is. It's not telling me what you're moving forward in. It could be your career, it could be relationships, it could be health, whatever it is, whatever you're interested in, you're moving forward. There's always, I'm asking them about is there any challenges you're going to have along the way, with this Chariot time. And they do have the Intuition card, which is a number 2, which is all about choices, usually choices and decisions and balance with the number 2. But in your case, there is going to be a decision you have to make and they want you to use your intuition and you're going to doubt yourself a little bit. But you can't do that, Barbara. You have to, whatever this decision is going to be, you have to use your heart and your gut because that is the spirit world giving you the right answer. So even if something looks really good on paper or people telling you should do it this way, don't do it. You make the decision within yourself because you will make the right decision. And the reason I know that is because the guidance from the universe is your fulfillment of wishes card, which is one of my favorite cards in this deck. It is a 9, which is and really just coming out telling you that your wishes are coming true. You can see the amount of abundance with the flowing water, and he has a treasure chest full of gold. It is an emotional card, so it can be it can be about love. It could be about relationships, but it also can be about money and career. It could be about anything. And feeling may have to do more with relationships. Because your focus card is memories of love, which is another Cups card, which is all another emotions. Number 6 is all about union and harmony and togetherness and giving and receiving. And sometimes this can be like a memory from a childhood, an old friend is going to come back into your life, or an old romantic partner is going to come back into your life, and you guys are just going to sit back and kind of reflect on the good times. It could have to do with the current relationship. Sorry?
Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I said that would be nice.
Oh, yeah. So it could be that. It can also be somebody that you know now, and you're just going to reflect on it. But if you're feeling that it's somebody from the past, it's a good chance that it may be. But your outcome here is interesting because your outcome is emotional withdrawal, which is another emotions card. And like I say, that's why I'm really kind of focused on relationships, because you have so much green in front of me. But the 8 on this card is all about abundance. And you can see here how the man on the card is actually like sitting there holding his hands. He looks like he's meditating. So it comes really, really comes close to me with this intuition card, as in you just need to kind of sit back and reflect and think about this decision you have to make. If this was a relationship reading, if this is how I was going to read this as a relationship reading, I think somebody is coming back in from the past, and you're going to make the decision of whether you want to move forward with this. The universe is telling you that you should. It could be the other option. Could be, if I went a little deeper with this, would be that 2 people are coming into your life, and you're going to have to make a decision. So, are you looking for a relationship, Barbara? Is that what you're thinking? Are you single now?
I'm independent enough to where I don't need it, but it would be very nice. Yes.
But it'd be nice to have somebody, right? It's always, it's okay to have somebody to grow old with, right?
Yes, my
to share your life with. Okay, so I'm going to do very quickly. I have probably in a minute and a half left. I don't have much time. But very quickly, I'm going to do a quick relationship spread for you, just to see who's coming in. Okay, so the first card is you, and you are the 9 of Cups. So you are definitely the wish fulfillment. That's twice you've gotten that card in 2 different decks. The last time you had it as the fulfillment of wishes, and now you have it as the 9 of Cups. It's the exact same card, just in a different deck. Somebody is coming in for you. It is the Page of Wands. If I was going to be very specific, I would say this is a fire sign. So this person that's coming in is going to be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, and probably a bit younger than you. Doesn't mean he's super young, but definitely could be 4 or 5 years. I don't have a lot of time, but we're going to go with what this relationship is going to look like. It's beautiful. It's the 6 of Pentacles, which is all about giving and receiving. So you're going to be really good. But what you have to do is take the chance. You do have the future here is the Fool, and which is a beautiful card because it's all about new beginnings. So you definitely feel like new beginnings for you, right? Somebody's coming in. Use your heart. Use your heart, Barbara. You'll make the right decision. You really will. And it might be somebody a little bit younger, which is not a bad thing. So take care. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for calling in. It was great doing that reading for you. I'm excited for you. I feel really good about it.
Thank you. I apologize. Tell me your name again. I'm so sorry.
Cindy.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening, and I appreciate what you had to offer. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Feels really good. Take care.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Medicine for Your Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste, everyone. Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. Oh my gosh, it's nearly we're nearly 6 months finished in this year of 2024. It's a really good time to just look back and reflect at the dreams, the visions, the goals, the outcomes that you may have wanted to achieve. How far along are you with them? Maybe you've had to do a complete left-hand turn somewhere along the line, or get off that map and open up something else. It's a really, really good time between now and the end of the year, which is 30th of June. So if you can have some time to just sit with yourself and look at what's been and what's coming. And it's very important to have reference points of where we're going, where we want to be, and what we're going to take with us. So this year has been very dramatic. And we're seeing more and more polarization in the world, and over in the United States with the election looming and the energy coming out of that place. It's I just do offer a lot of peace for that country at the moment with everything that's going on. So what have we got planned for the rest of this year? What have you got planned? What do you feel that you'd like to jump into? I've just found in the last maybe month or so, and I think I've mentioned it here before, the energy is quite different. The light quotient, or the light quality on the planet at the moment, is quite different. And we've had all these electromagnetic happenings back in May and early June with the solar flares and the sunspots going off, where our whole solar system is in a bandwidth in the universe, a space in the universe called the photon belt, which is about very, very, very high frequency light. And then the Earth, the pulse of the Earth is, really increasing quite dramatically on a daily basis. So we do know that this transformation isn't just about the world, or what we know is the world around us starting to not be so attractive. A lot of things are falling apart. A lot of things are breaking down. There's a lot of conflict and a lot of polarity. So we've got all this beautiful light energy, which is rearranging us at a deep level, at cellular level, at DNA level. Our energy meridians are lighting up again. There is so much going on internally that's trying to support us and to give us this, the best word I can use is vitality, this sense of vitality, to start expressing what it is that we want to express, what it is we want to share, what it is we want to contribute in the world. So spend some time in the next few days thinking about how that would be for you and how you can utilize the energy that's going on around at the moment that's rearranging so much within all of us. It's very, very deep. And there's a lot of physical effects. So be aware of that. Sometimes it's not a medical problem. Sometimes it's an energy problem. But it's always good to get checked out. It's always good. And if you're told there's nothing wrong, then you know that there's some energy shifts going on, perhaps. Okay, so I have a caller from Tampa, Angelique. Hi, it's Raylene here. How can I help, support, be of guidance for you today?
Well, love to know about love and work and money, of course, health, all of that.
Okay, so did you say you're feeling lost?
No, not lost. I just like to get more clarity about life, about love, about work, about money, and of course health.
Okay, So basically what you've told me about is your base energy center is wanting some reassurance, because everything you've talked about, the 4 pillars of life is money, career, health and relationships. They're the 4 things. They always affect us in our base energy center. So it's about being grounded. The first thing I'm going to say, I'm going to shuffle some cards and give you some info. But the first thing I'd like to say is nothing's going to change in our life until we make a change. Nothing is going to open up for us unless we take a different stance or a different perception or a different decision. So if you're wanting something different in your life, if you're sick of the same old, and if nothing's changing, nothing's happening, then you need to look at where you keep repeating the same thing. And it can start with your thoughts. I always say to people, you've got to take full responsibility for everything you think, say, feel and do. And that means that everything that you're thinking, saying, feeling and doing in your life that is repetitive or unconscious, then you need to connect to it and start going, well, what do I actually want? Where do I want to be? How would that feel? And how can I change my thoughts and my actions, my words and my feelings so I can start becoming more congruent with where I want to be? So, Angelique, it starts with how we think about life and what our perceptions are. That's the first thing I'd be asking you to have a look at. What areas of my thinking can I change to change an outcome? So I'm just going to pull some cards for you and see a general reading for Angelique for where she's at right now, because I feel it's all about change. And this year is forcing people to change. It's forcing us to look at our situations that are not supportive or we're not content with or we're uncomfortable with, so we can start making different decisions. So this is for Angelique, calling upon the mystics and mysticism healers and ancient healers and the wisdom of the universe to bring through a message, information for Angelique. Here we go. First card off the rank here is breakthrough. There's breakthrough energy here. So breakthrough is very much listening to yourself. It is tuning into what you already know. So when I look at this for you, the feeling I get straight away is you already have ideas of what you would like for yourself. You already have visions or feelings of something different for yourself. So if you've already got that going on, then you've already got a destination. The next step, the baby steps, are what things can I put in place? What things can I start doing to take me towards that? And what things can I release and let go of that are holding me in a situation in life that is not supporting or sustaining me? So we need to start looking at that. And often when we make a change within ourselves, everything around us changes and it feels like we have a breakthrough. So this does feel like there's something about to break through for you, and it's going to take a bit of courage for you to hold your energy in what it is you want for yourself. So that's the first thing. The next thing coming through for you is integration. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a hand here with a heart and light coming out of it. As soon as I look at that, even though it's saying integration, what I want to say to you is your life is in your hands. At the moment, your life is in your hands. So there's a part of you at soul level that's saying, let's do this. Let's go for this. Let's create this, or let's participate in this, or let's go and learn this. Let's go and do something. So it's definitely about you have to make some choices and decisions in your life that are going to be more supportive for you. I just want to pull another one here for you. What else have we got going on? Expression. You've got to talk about it. You've got to talk about it more. Expression, creative expression. It's like this image here. The image on this one is a person. It's a woman coming out of a tree. It's like she's starting to emerge. So this is where you're wanting to know, feeling secure and safe, because there's a part of you that's trying to emerge, and it's a part of you that it's like the unknown. I don't know what it is, so I won't go. But I would just want you to breathe this in for a moment when I say this. Your mind doesn't know where you're going. Your mind only likes, our mind, our ego, our inner critic, inner judge, only likes certain things that it knows. But our soul wrote our blueprint, basically, and it knows where we're going. So stepping into the unknown for our mind or our mental body and our ego and our inner critic is like, I don't want to go there. It's too scary. But at the soul level, it's saying, I'm ready, let's do this. I know what's coming, I know what's there. So there could be some friction within you. So my suggestion for you would be to do some grounding work, feet on the earth. It is summer over in the Northern Hemisphere, so a really good time to do it. Do some grounding. I'd definitely do some very breathing from your heart to your base energy center, and then from your base energy center down into the earth, then from the earth up to your base energy center, and then from your base energy center to your heart. So,
What about love? Anything for love?
pardon, I can't get that last bit.
Love. Love. Like
Love,
somebody
it's the
special in
same
my
with
life.
everything. It's the same. It goes across the board. You've got to have it for yourself before you can really have it come in. Otherwise, you're going to keep creating situations where you're not going to have it. So what I've just given you is a really power-packed workshop, basically, that you can do, and you will see changes quite dramatically and quite fast if you want to commit to it, you know.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Live from Facebook.com/Tarot Readings by Gene Rose. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Sessions with Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sessions with Spirit. I was just having a little giggle with one of my producers. Challenge accepted. Yes. So I figured, and you guys already know how I feel about using the word collective. I'm not going to get started on my soapbox. I'm just going to say that as for me, I say I'm going to pull a card for everyone. And that's it. We don't make it all flowery and fancy. Everyone. Okay? So for everyone, let's pull an oracle. Tonight, we're also going to be taking 2 live callers, which I'm so excited for. Usually it's a mix of mediumship, maybe tarot. I never know what they are going to be asking for, though, until I talk to them. So it's definitely interesting and adds some spice to the show. So we also got a leap card. A leap card is going to be a specific card that jumps from the deck as the reader is shuffling. That card in no way, fashion, shape, form, none of it means something dark, evil, bad, nothing like that. It just is the universe putting blinding lights around it saying, pay attention to this one. You know, if you walk away from the reading, if the only thing you take with you, please let it be that leap card. And that goes for any reading. So the leap card was Farmer's Market. This card is remember to distinguish abundance from wholeness. Choose wisely and intentionally. So, what is the difference between abundance and wholeness? Abundance is having extra, is being not only, and of course, abundant, but having that extra in regards to it's more than you need. It's that surplus. Wholeness is without yearning for anything, without want. Now, both represent no lack, like a void of lack, which is amazing. We don't want lack. But distinguishing the difference between the two and then moving with intention and motive in regards to, because what you'll do is by gaining one, you'll gain the other. Once you are whole, you will be abundant. It's just the understanding of grasping the wholeness before abundance. More often than not, we want things and we want them in the now. I know I am very impatient. I'm a Leo and I'm from New York. So we need a prayer and a dream sometimes because it is just so frustrating. So that is why I want you to just take things in stride, focusing on being whole and then move in to that space of abundance. The actual card for all of us is Sun Tea. That card is going to talk about slow, intentional, delicious interweaving with life holds more magic than you think. Seeking out the little, not just surprises, but blessings that we get from spirit. And that way we're able to embrace all opportunities, but even the tiny little possibilities that can grow into something. Remember, where there are now flowers, there once was just dirt. So don't get too fixated on what needs to still happen. Look in front of you at what has already happened and what has also unfolded. Guys, let's start with a caller. First up, we have Tara. Hey, Tara, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. What are we reading on tonight?
I don't know.
Okay. Can I suggest something?
Yes.
How about doing a general reading in regards to tarot? And that'll tell you what you need to know right now. General just means, and I know it's like, ooh, wait, but what about like money or love? If you do general, it just doesn't program the cards towards one specific area. So anything can come up. Love, money, you want to do general?
Yeah, that or anyone that's looking to connect with me that has, passed along the way.
Is your grandfather passed?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he the one that you were wanting to contact or talk to?
I have anyone really. I'm very connected with. I try to be at least.
Okay. Because he's the first one that I feel like steps forward. Love, who is the one that smokes cigars or pipe? Who is the one that smoked?
That could be my grandfather on my dad's side or my father.
I think it's your dad, love.
Yeah.
Did you lose him when you were young?
What's that?
Did you lose him when you were young?
Yeah, right. Well, not so young, but I was about 20 years old.
Yeah. Oh, honey, that's a baby. That is. Throughout the years, though, he shows me that he has always shown you or given you signs to show you that he's near or that he saw something. What's with the car? What's the connection with the car?
I know that there was a car that when he passed, there was big discussion on his car, and I believe my brother had wanted it.
Okay. Did that cause a little bit of a ripple in the family?
I think that was the tip of it, and then it was the family. But yeah, there was his brother wanted to pretty much rid everything and was ready for everyone to come in the following day and just take everything.
Yeah. Love. It didn't give you guys a chance to really get anything because everything was already like claimed.
Yep.
Ransacked
We
is
had to
the
fight
word.
for it.
Yeah, ransacked. Like everything was ran through. And you got like the leftovers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, love. Just so you know, he did not intend it to be that way.
Okay. Thank you.
That was not his intention. Did it make you feel like abandoned all over again?
Yeah. I think my other siblings have felt the same way, kind of like, because we had gotten into a fight New Year's before he had passed shortly after, and we did not part on good terms.
Yeah. Honey, that is no longer a thing. No longer a thing. If you hold something against him still, he understands. He makes me feel like he hasn't always been like the greatest dad.
No, he really wasn't. He tried at
like
times.
there was a lot,
but
Tara, like there were a lot of not, and they weren't just like, whoopsie, like it was like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, bro,
yeah.
like, what? Yeah, that kind of like moment that like blows your mind that it's like so much of a train wreck you can't do anything but stare straight at it because you're like, is this really happening right now?
Yeah.
The frustration. Yeah, and there's a lot of resentment, and he says that it's justified. Was he young when he had you? Or was he just like very unsure?
He was in his early no, he was in his I think he was right at about 29 or so.
Okay. Then he was like super immature for his age.
Yeah.
Because it's this like childlike, not personality, but mindset. And I'm not trying to be insulting when I say that.
Oh,
but
no,
I think
no.
you know what I'm talking about.
Right on
like
the head, yeah.
Yeah. Like just very immature, like things that it would be like, Dad, like, come on, like what? And
yeah,
it's
he
like,
thought he was a rock star.
Yeah. He never got that. Now he gets it. He says,
where we would
the
always
resentment,
kind of want to be with him.
Love. It's so difficult because he says everything is so warranted and so justified. But I feel like for you, for your own sanity, you've tried to like forgive him and move past it. But there's so much that's like unanswered that you don't know where to go.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. There's a lot of confusion, Oh, love. Maybe think about, I think honestly, and especially with where you're at, maybe this will help bring you some peace.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'll try to, like, there are songs, different things that always will come on. I mean, like, literally come on. Like, and, my phone wasn't even on. And it's the songs that, the oldies, the songs, the rock and roll songs that remind me of him. So I'll kind of try to, talk my feelings out loud and let him know, like, I forgive you. Like, it was awful. Everything that kind of led into everything was awful, but I kind of just felt like I never got that closure, especially after, the fight before his death.
Yeah. Don't worry about the fight. Like, let go of that and don't stress out. Don't hold on to it. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Not at this point. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Maybe think about, have you ever had like a mediumship session before?
I've only had one, and she had actually been spot on because I wasn't sure kind of how everything worked with like what we're doing, what do you want to know? And I told her I just don't want to know anything like about my future with that or whatnot. And she said the only thing I can say is what's happening in October. And I said, I don't know. And it was like August or July when I had it done. And she said, someone's going to come in your life. He's going to be the real shit. He's going to be the real thing. And I am now with my fiance that I met that October.
That's amazing. See?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, maybe think about in the future booking a in-depth mediumship. Think about doing it.
I really want to.
Yeah. Well, love, my information is below if you are interested in booking with me personally. I do offer private sessions. So maybe think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me know how I would get in touch with you.
You can find me on Facebook at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose.
Okay.
Or you can email me at tarotbyjeanrose@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah. Tara, I wish you all the best. Is it okay if tonight I light a candle for you?
Yes.
Okay, love. You have a beautiful evening, and hopefully I get to talk to you again in the future.
I hope so as well.
Thank you, Tara. You have a wonderful night.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Good night, love. Oh, that was such a beautiful reading. So up next we have Linda. Linda, how are you?
Hi, Jean Rose. So
Hello,
nice to talk with you.
What are you doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're fine, love. And what would you like to be read on tonight?
Well, I would like to know what the feeling is as far as myself and my husband going forward.
Okay. I feel like there's going to be stability ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The first card was the Knight of Coins. Coins is the other word for the Pentacle suit. Not only does Pentacles refer to like money and material things, but it corresponds to the element of earth. So it's going to represent energies such as balance, feeling grounded, and having solid footing beneath your feet. Does that make sense? But it's that movement and progress towards it.
Okay.
Second card was the Seven of Coins, same suit. That card is going to talk about investments. Have you guys been together a long time?
Yes, we have.
Okay. Third card was Temperance, which is all about exercising patience. Has there been a bit of bickering lately?
A lot.
Okay. That's okay. The reason why I say that is because with temperance, that's going to refer to exercising patience, whether it's with yourself, another person, or a situation. So in regards to that, it's just going to tell you, basically, remember how long you guys have been together. You know, as long as it's not like an abusive situation, obviously it's going to be an answer of work things out or see things through. You know, especially with the cards that you received. I think it's just a matter of turning it into a new stage of life or a new chapter of life. You know, sprucing things up, spicing them. You did get the Three of Coins, but that card is also about teamwork makes the dream work. But I think it's going to be incredibly important that you pick and choose your battles. So don't fight with each other about everything. Don't speak on everything. Not everything you think needs to be said. And the same is going to go for him.
Boy, does that make sense.
One of those, huh? I totally get that. And that indecision, is he driving you crazy lately? Like you're like, listen,
Yes.
I'm going to put you out with the dog. Like, oh my God, I cannot. In your next car, I filled a couple extras for you. And the first one was the Two of Swords. That indecision, that going back and forth. Linda, it's going to be okay, love. You know, maybe, you know, don't hurt him or anything. Even though I know you're tempted. But know and understand the next card, the Hierophant. That card is all about having faith. Not just in a higher power, but having faith in yourselves and in each other. You know how long you guys have been together. Don't give up now.
Yeah.
Especially over something that is so trivial. And you both know that this is dumb. You both know it.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. See?
Yep. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And it's hard.
That's it. It's such stupid things.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes the stupid things, they build up, and the little stupid things turn into like one big thing. And then one person blows up. You know what I mean? And then that just kind of kicks off a crap show of its own. And then before you know it, you're fighting. For what reason?
Exactly.
Look, that's when you got to stop and look at each other and be like, what are we fighting over? Like, what?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? You know? Mm-hmm. I pulled an extra card for you. It was the Six of Coins. That's going to refer to help coming in a time of need. Just go to each other. Talk to each other. Be real. Just be honest. Just tell him, like, you know you're better than this. We both are. And remember that, like, you two love each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys aren't going to get divorced.
Right.
You're not getting divorced. Like that, I don't see a separation. I don't see a divorce. I don't see none of that. No. This is, and love, I'm married too. I was married, it turned 8 years in May. And you got it, marriage is something you, and I don't have to tell you, but it's something you have to decide every day. Every day.
You do.
That this is what you want. You know?
Yep.
And
I thought maybe that's why I question, like every day I have to think about it. Like, is this what I want for the next, however many years? It's been 34. So.
Oh, that is beautiful. See?
Yeah.
But you know what? That's okay. Because some days it's going to be easier to ask yourself that question, and some days it's going to be harder. But either way, it all evens out in the end. That's your person.
Okay. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. You're right. Okay.
You have a wonderful night, Linda. Like, truly.
You
enjoy
too. Thank you. Thank you so much,
welcome,
Jane Rose.
You're very welcome, love. It was my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, love.
All right. Okay.
Bye-bye. Pardon me. Oh my gosh. So guys, we are going to do a couple of readings for my Siggies. We are going to do one for Ada, and she is out in Maine. Oh, love, you got the Emperor, okay? So the Emperor is going to be all about success. This is a fantastic card. Oh my gosh, I love it. Also want to say that it corresponds to the zodiac sign of Aries. The Ada is in Aries. The second card is the Page of Coins. So the start or beginning possibly of new financial opportunities, but definitely that balance and that, more importantly, stability. For sure. The card that fell after that was another page, the Page of Swords, which is going to refer to the start or beginning of a new idea. followed by the King of Cups. Be careful not to be manipulated by your emotions or another person's. And the reason why I say that is because you want to exercise courage and strength, especially bravery. The last card was the Strength card. That is a fabulous card. It also corresponds to the zodiac sign of Leo. Yes, it does. But really standing in that space of power. That is just such a beautiful place to be in. Let's go ahead and pull one more. Oh, we got the moon. Don't entertain doubts, fears, and illusions. What you see on the surface is not what is below it. Things are superficial right now, and that's okay. That is okay, even though it may feel a bit frustrating. There is happiness up ahead. I just pulled an extra card, and it was the Ten of Cups. So things are stages is a big thing that I want to kind of throw out there. So, or seasons. So being in different chapters of your life. Literally look at it as a book. You have one chapter, you have the beginning, you have chapter 1, chapter 2, so things moving along. Just know that where you are today is not where you were yesterday, but also not where you will be tomorrow. So keep that in the back of your mind. Okay? And then, guys, I'm going to surprise my beautiful wife with a reading. She's probably like, what? But I know she is watching, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple cards for her just to surprise her. One of her favorite pastimes is watching me do cards. She loves that. It is one of her absolute favorites. So, oh, yes. I love it. Hell yes. Okay, so baby, first card is Temperance, and that is going to be, of course, card number 14. Yes, exercising patience, both with yourself and another person, even a situation. Next card is the Knight of Coins, and that's going to be movement towards money, also stability as well as balance. Then we have the Nine of Swords. And this even could, I don't so much see it as like sleep, like insomnia. I don't so much see it as that, or even like having trouble sleeping, but I more so see it as like worry or like stress. Is it going to stick around? Absolutely not. The card after was the King of Swords. That card fell reversed. I feel like taking control of that conflict and not letting it stick around or kind of be there. Then the final card was the Hermit, and that's going to refer to finding the light at the end of the tunnel. I think vacay is definitely that light for sure. I'm going to pull an extra. Yes, the Page of Wands. So that is going to be the start or beginning of an opportunity. It is. It's also going to refer, pardon me, to creativity, passion, a lot of beautiful, beautiful things, all of which, of course, are involving that beautiful fire energy. So, yes, that is where I'm going to leave you all tonight. Do not forget ways to contact me. At the bottom of your screen, you will find tarot readings by Jean Rose. You can find me over there on Facebook, also on TikTok under Mrs. Stiggy, Stiggi, and also Tarot by Jean Rose. So definitely find me over there, follow me, and let's get together and possibly do a reading or two. Guys, I enjoyed this tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, wherever you are watching me from. Thank you, guys, and have a wonderful night. I wish you all a beautiful weekend. Don't freak out just yet. The full moon is on the 21st, so we still have some time. So enjoy this weekend, because next weekend is going to be a little chaotic. All right? I love you all, and I will see you guys next week.
watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyons.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is New York City Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, my cherished ducklings. I'm Perry Lyons, New York City Celebrity Psychic, and you are you, which is a very good thing to be. And today, I'm going to be taking calls. We have a kind of freaky accuracy rate. Freaky accuracy. Hello, Department of Redundancy Department. So we have a high accuracy rate, and that's probably because I was born with a natural gift, but probably B, 12 years ago, I managed to get myself hit on the head with a piano. I know, it makes me sound like a Warner Brothers cartoon character. Why not an anvil, you ask? No, it was a piano. Long story, but ever since then, I've been able to sort of know things I shouldn't be able to know. Not that I'm complaining. So I'm really happy to be here. I love my cherished ducklings, and I just want to chant. Sorry, it is really hot here, and my AC is on the fritz, and I'm a little, if I start like speaking in tongues or snake handling, just stop me, basically. But I'm here for your questions, and we have like a verifiable sort of 90 to 92% accuracy rate. I know what I was going to say. So call in from wherever you are, and while you're finding the number on your screens, I am going to tell you a little bit about this week's installment in the history of psychicness. I'd probably come up with a better title, but we're going to work on that for now. Last week, we talked about Tennessee Claflin and Victoria Woodhull, two psychics in the 19th century, the 1800s, who advocated for women's right to vote. They were suffragettes. They were free love advocates, which meant that they espoused the pleasure and the propriety of sex, not necessarily within the bounds of marriage. And they were also founded the first investment bank in New York. I know, sounds crazy, but it's true. Today, we're going to talk quickly about the Oracle of Delphi, who was in Delphi, Greece. By the way, I just love Greeks. All of my friends are Greek or Canadian. So hi to all of you Greek and Canadian friends. Anyway, the Oracle of Delphi was about 3,000 years ago. She was considered to be the high priestess of Apollo, who is the god of the sun, and very, very cute and very hot. Sorry, I slay me. So there would always be a high priestess of Apollo at his temple in Delphi. Stay with me, this gets good. And she was called the Pythoness. I'm not sure why, but it's a cool name, so we're keeping it. And she would lie in this hammock, sort of suspended above a fissure or crack in the cave, in the rock. She was in a cave. I forgot to mention that, but she was in a cave. And through that would come natural sort of hallucinogenic gases. So she was suspended above that. And next to her was a burner in which she would also put sort of hallucinogenic or psychotropic, we'll say, drugs that had smoked and had fumes. Also, she drank like a fish. So pretty much she was, psychic or not, she was having a good time. But the Oracle at Delphi was very famous. And for hundreds of years, it was a different oracles. One died off, they'd get a new one. Don't ask me how. An ad in Craigslist. And there was this cave that you would have to enter, and kings and emperors and empresses and mighty, mighty people would come to the oracle, and they would ask her questions, like very important questions, like, should we burn down the city of Sparta and sow the fields with salt? That's hard to say. Or should I topple that king and seize his throne? And, stuff like that. She would answer in verse. And sometimes her answers were a little tricky. So you had to be a little careful about how you interpreted them. Now I guess I don't think she's still there. And now I think we would ask more modern day questions like, probably not, should I burn down the city of Sparta and sow the fields with salt? More along the lines of, does Ashley in accounting think I'm cute? But so that's kind of the tale of the Pythoness, the Oracle of Delphi. And hi, Casey, in Elyria, Ohio. Elyria, what a beautiful name. And Casey's also a beautiful name. Give me 3 minutes. We're just going to quickly do the tarot weather, where we're going to predict the psychic weather for the next week. And I'm going to spontaneously, seriously, close my eyes and pick 3 cards. And here we go. And this is going to be for the week coming up, starting today. So the first card is first few days. Second card is middle of the week. Third card is like sort of Monday to Wednesday. Wow, these are nice cards. I'm glad I picked these. So hang out with me, Casey. And Casey, while you're waiting, I'm going to ask you to do the vagus nerve breath, VAGUS, which is where you breathe in deeply and then breathe out as though you're blowing out a birthday candle. It can sound like a whoopee cushion, not that dignified, but the longer you do that breath, the more relaxed and more sort of activated your vagus nerve is, which kind of regulates the central nervous system, which is a good thing. Just trust me on that. Okay, the first card is the Ace of Pentacles, which says to me, aces and tarot, as in poker, are good things. Aces are always the beginning of a new cycle. And this cycle has to do with prosperity. If you're seeing like this huge hand coming out of the sky with a coin, it generally is considered a good thing. Either that or, like the Oracle of Delphi, you might be suspended over a fissure filled with psychotropic gases, but probably not. So this is a really good card in that it indicates a little financial windfall. It indicates the beginning of a cycle in which you're more attuned to the fact that money is all around us. That doesn't mean you can go take somebody else's, but it does mean that once you get out of the headset of worry, thinking about money with worry and fear and that stuff, and start just think about money as your friend and somebody you work well with and all of that good stuff. Essentially what this means is there's money coming to you in some form or other at the beginning of this week. Okay, yay. This is an interesting card. The Two of Wands. This guy is dressed a little like Christopher Columbus, and he is, as you'll see, holding a globe up. This means that you've started a project and you've taken a few steps into it. You've sort of come up with the idea, kind of seeing how it goes. And this is the moment where you're deciding, do I stay here and finish this, or should I ditch this and do something else? My advice would be, if you've started a project of any kind in the last week or two, or even month, stick with it. As you can see, he's looking at the globe in his hand and reassuring himself that the earth is in fact round, which it is. Don't listen to anybody who tells you it's not. And he's sent his ships off into the sunset, but he's telling them they'll come back, telling himself they'll come back laden with gold, and so will yours. Stick with whatever project this is, and it's going to be successful. Oh, I love this. Is awesome. The third card, not picked beforehand, is the World card, which means success and something only you can do in a way only you can do it. It doesn't necessarily mean that, like this young lady, you have to take off all your clothes, put on a purple scarf, and dance around in some laurel leaves while animals look at you. Although if that's your idea of a good time, knock yourself out. But this does mean the world is worldly success. It means positive attention and support for whatever endeavor this is that you want support for. It's very good cards. So I love doing that. So to sum up, this week begins with a little windfall. This could be as small as winning a $10 scratch-off card, which I actually happened to do this morning. I never do scratch-off, but sometimes. So And the important thing is notice, no matter how small or big the windfall that comes early this week is, just take notice and be grateful. Bigger stuff's coming. And now we're going to go to Casey. Are you still there, Casey?
Yes, I'm listening.
Oh, good. Thank you, love. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you. So I like to connect people through their birthdays. So I'm going to ask you to tell me your birthday. And then if you have
November
a question.
18th.
Oh, you're an 18th too. Cool. Oh, a Scorpio. Love Scorpios here. All right. It sounds like you have a very specific question. You have a sort of a business-like tone. So how can I help you the most?
I just wanted to know about my future, like what's coming to me.
About your
Is my
future
life going
or
to
your
get better?
Hold on a second. Let me
This
see.
is like my present.
Have you been having like the same problem over and over and over again for about 2.5 years?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think actually, and I'm not just, as you know, if you watch the program regularly, I don't just say stuff. I think there's an old pattern. How can I put this? Okay, in my own life, I've noticed sometimes in the past, I would be working through like a childhood family role. So for instance, let's say in your family, you're sort of the scapegoat and everybody kind of blames you and you get used to accepting blame and then you feel responsible for everybody. And it's a pattern you repeat in your life until you finally work through it. And it feels like there's a pattern from your family of origin that you're repeating over and over in your life, but it feels like it's ready to leave. And that pattern has to do with like abandonment. It feels like even though you do the right thing and you're a lovely person, it feels like for the past 2.5 years, people have just been vanishing. That's going to stop, and it's going to stop soon. Is that true?
Yes, very true.
Thank you. So here's what I'd like you to do. Every morning, I'd like you to just get up and say, hello, world, you're lucky to have me. Or say something that makes you feel like you're worthy, because you're a really good person. This is what's so confusing about these patterns. And this pattern really is about to change for you. Like, honestly, it's going to change like in the next week. And so I don't know why this stuff happens, but I guess if you're one of those people who says everything happens for a reason, I guess we're given these things to sort of learn lessons for our soul to get bigger or whatever. For whatever reason, here's what's happened to you in the last couple of years. You've done everything right. You've had integrity. You have stuck around when other people haven't, like for people who needed you. You have shown up for friends, and somehow you're not getting any credit for that. And it's really annoying to me as I see this for you. Let me do this too. I'm just going to do a little Reiki on you quick. Okay. Okay. So it feels like starting next week, you're no longer open for business for people who abandon you. And starting towards August and September, those people are going to start coming back. So hold the fort. For now, do things that make you happy. I want you to be radically selfish, because your idea of selfish is other people's idea of being Mother Teresa. You are not a selfish person. I want you to be what you would consider selfish. There's also, it feels like some sort of love life thing coming back around in August. I can't, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not sure if I'm right about this. It feels like you had a breakup during that time, but I think this person's going to come back around.
I'm currently in a relationship and have been for a little long time.
Okay. Then that's, I have 91% accuracy, but there's that tricky 9% that sometimes screws up. So sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Oh, yeah, no, I like this person. Oh, that's interesting. I think I read that wrong. Essentially, doing this job is like playing charades with people I can only half see, my guides. So I'm going to rephrase the thing about somebody coming back into your life. I think something's going to happen in August in your relationship. Okay. That is going to have to do with somebody or something, your partner in your partner's life, that he, she, or they thought they lost, or was there's going to be some sort of reunion. It's going to be good. Something is happening in you and your partner's life in August that's going to be good. It's going to be surprising. It's going to be good. But yes, and the people, I can tell you really strongly that your future is looking a lot better than the last 2.5 years. I'm really sorry you went through that.
Well, thank you. And that makes me feel so much better.
Am I allowed to say that it sucks that you went through that? Producer, is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. My producer's just like, sure. Yeah, because am I right? Is what I said, does that feel accurate to you? Because I'm feeling it really strongly.
Yes, it's accurate, like 100%.
Good, I'm so glad. And when those people come back, send them to New York. I'll kick their butts and send them back to you, because, and you don't have to take any of them back. The other thing is, I'll tell you that in September to October, it feels like you're either going to be changing jobs or going up a notch or whatever you do for work. I think you're going to be changing. There's a little more money coming in, and there are better people coming in. Got it. You're going to be around then, September, October, you're going to be doing something that puts you into a community of people. You know, like if you join a church or whatever, you'll be you've got some really good people coming up. So sod those other people, and you've got a lot of good karma working for you. Because
great. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, my love. And let me know how you're doing. My name is Perry Lyons, PERILYONS. I'm on Facebook or perrylyons.com. Just drop me a line, because I care. And I'm nosy too. All right.
I will. And thank you so much.
All right, love. Thank you so much. I get the coolest people on this show. So take care, love. While we're waiting for the next caller, that was Danielle in Raleigh, North Carolina is ready. So, or Danielle, are you there? Hi, baby.
Yes.
I love the name Danielle. How are you today?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Good. Is it bloody hot there as it is here?
Yes.
So, all right, my love, I like to connect to people through their birthdays. So I'm going to ask you when your birthday is.
February 27, 1984.
Oh, I love that day. So you're like early issue Pisces. You're in the Pisces part of Pisces. Yeah, we love that. I'm a Pisces. I'm at the other end of Pisces, but rock on. What is it? Why are Pisces women so cool? And Pisces men, I mean, God bless them, but they're very charming, but they're very weak. Sorry, any Pisces man who's listening, it's true. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing for it. All right, baby. How can I help you? Right? Am I right? Pisces women are badasses.
I wanted to know as far as my career is concerned, because right now I'm having a bit of issue with struggling financially, and I just wanted to know, will that improve? Will that get better?
Yeah, you're working beneath. I want you to take bigger risks. I want you to go out there and get a job that's scary for you to even apply for. Hold on. What are you good at? Oh, you're good with kids.
Yeah, I have 3 daughters. I'm currently doing truck driving at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if that's the right career path. I don't know. I'm just struggling financially. I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh, sweetie. Let me pick a couple of cards for you. Stay right there. Oh, cool. All All right. Well, the first card wants to acknowledge and thank you for your hard work as a mom. The Empress card is the card, interestingly, it's card not only of the mother, the Empress, but it's the card of a prosperous mother. So it's kind of a reassuring card for you.
Wow.
Oh, and you do have some sort of new start coming up with the Ace of Wands. This says to me, if you use your days off to kind of look around or see what you actually would like to do. And the Queen of Pentacles says to me that this is a good time for you to do that, but you are going to make some money. You're going to be a little more financially solvent. It feels to me like one of your kids is out of the house, right? Because it feels like two are kind of grown-ish and one is sort of smallish. Is that right?
Yeah, I have my youngest daughter with me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
And my dog.
Grownish, smallish. But so the two grownish ones you don't have to worry about, but they're fine. Boy, are they different. Holy mackerel. Those two daughters are really different than each other.
Yes, they are. My youngest is a Pisces as well.
Yeah, that's what I got. Your youngest and you are really bonded. She's adorable. Your kids are cool. I love your kids. Wow. And I think it's the oldest is a real badass. She's a real go-getter. But the youngest is just adorable. Is the youngest in March? Is her birthday in March?
Yes, March.
That's my job,
right.
baby. I'm good at my job. Don't ask me to balance a checkbook. Don't ask me to walk a straight line without tripping over a decimal. But I'm good at my job. Thank you. So, I think really think you're going to be okay. I think there's some stuff, you'd be really good. You're really good in sales. I think that's a natural talent for you. You'd be good in childcare, but honestly, small children are like portable petri dishes, and don't go there. I like you in sales. I like you in customer service because you're really not. People just like you. I like you. People like you. They do. And if also you might want to contact, and you can do this because our representatives are here to serve us. You can call your local representative's office, like your congressman or whatever, and you can ask if there are services that will help you get grants to get trained for things. I think you'd be a hell of a hair person. But there are, if you're in a certain income bracket, and who hasn't been at one time or another in his life, there are grants available. You can get like trade schools paid for, and you're really smart. You can do this. I really think I can really see you as a somebody who'd be great at hair or makeup, or if that takes a year and a half to train for, and you can make stupid money. I would start thinking about that. That's where I'm really seeing you. Doing something that's skilled, that uses your terrific personality. And in the meantime, because trucking is so, I don't drive, so I can't really speak about trucking, except it just seems really cool that you do that. But it does take you away from home. And I want you to do something where people get to interact with you because you're just that cool. And I want people to interact with you because they will come away the better for it. That's all. And I think the more people you're around, the better you do. Isolation's not good for you. You're very social. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's what I think about, because I'm seeing things getting better. And I'm also seeing that you are actually one of the few people who's actually going to listen to what I'm saying and do some of this. I think you are going to look around and see if, I know hairdressing school doesn't sound exciting, but I think you could do really well at something like that, or some sort of trade, and something where you're interacting with people. Because here's the thing, as artificial intelligence comes in and is doing more writing and more people's jobs, there's no robot that is going to replace somebody who does her hair. It's not something that I'm seeing robots coming in and replacing anytime soon. And especially because you've got a really good personality, I think there's some job security in the jobs that kind of robots can't do. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. What do you like doing? If I may be so bold.
I mean, I like trucking, but I just feel like I want to be at home more to be with my, my family. So I want to make sure if something else that is financially, secure, so I can take care of them.
I'm also getting a strange psychic feeling that there's something not far from where you live that's hiring, that might not be a bad thing to do while you're researching the other stuff. Let me see okay, you're here. And I'm not talking something like Home Depot. I'm talking something like nice that pays pretty well. I would go about 2.5 miles, I want to say north of where you are. And there's a little main street there. There's something on that main street. I don't even know what the main street, maybe it's called Main Street. But it looks like it's in a sort of artistic part of town. But there's something there. Maybe it's more towards Raleigh. I'm sorry. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, like, you know how cities big and small sometimes have these little sections where they have cute little houses that are painted different colors, and they're like cool little shops, and there's like sort of an arty district, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking. You got it. So this is about 2.5 miles, up to 4 miles away. It's north. It's more towards like Raleigh, whatever. And there's some businesses there that are, there's something on that block in that part of town for you. Whether it's like a hotel that's hiring, because you'd be very good at hotel work, like reception work. As I'm saying, people like you and you're trustworthy. It's very hard to find people to work at hotels, and that pays well. And you're trustworthy. You don't steal. You don't even think about it. You don't, you show up, you do your job, people like you, you go home. So there's something in that area. So, grab the smallest child, go there, buy her some ice cream, look around, and let me know what happens, because I care and I'm also nosy. I really think you've got some good stuff coming up. Please keep in touch. My name's Perry. Hi, I'm Perry Lyons. And find me on Facebook. Oh, you're welcome, gorgeous. And let me know.
You have a good week. I
You
will.
too.
Thank you very much.
All right. I love my job. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. I get the best people calling in. And come back next Wednesday. We're on Moonstruck TV, A1R Radio. I think it's also called Ask 1R Radio. And I'm Perry Lyons. That's P as in pneumonia, E-R-I, Perry, like Periwinkle. Lyons is Lyons. You can find me at perrylyons.com. Although, honestly, I must never check my website. But you can. Or find me on Facebook, Perry Lyons on Facebook. And just come back next week, because I just, I just love you. And that color looks great on you.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Hallie Elise Show with Hallie Elise. Hallie Elise. Live from HallieElise.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Hallie Elise Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
All right. Hello, everybody. I am, as always, delighted and excited to be here, especially this evening because I have a wonderful guest, someone who I know for many years, who I think is really going to somewhat shock you, surprise you, and also delight you. My guest this evening is Ani, and Ani is a communicator with animals. She's a medium, not for people, but for critters. And I do want to let you know right off the bat, so you can make a note of it, that her website is AniAnimalCommunicator.com. So once again, that's Ani, A-N-I, communicator. AnimalCommunicator.com. I want to make sure I get it all in there. Let me give you a quick little ditty about Ani that you probably don't know unless you've been following her over the years. We find a lot of times that people who are gifted and sensitive seem to, at 14 or sometimes 20 or even older, say, oh, wow, all of this information started to come to me. I have this connection. However, in Ani's case, similar to my own, she started at a very young age. She was very sensitive and very intuitive. And at 3 years old, she was communicating with a dog spirit. I believe the name was Toby, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Ani knew that, or believed, I'm going to use that word, that she was different from other children because she had so many gifts and she wasn't seeing the other children exhibiting the same sorts of gifts. So she was very protective of her gifts. And also sometimes with that type of responsibility, being able to connect to the divine, being able to connect with animals that are alive as well as no longer with us, it brings a little bit of overwhelm with it. Thankfully, Ani's mom was there and she was able to help her learn meditation and also learn to be more peaceful. There's a lot of history here over the years, a lot of changes. And what's really lovely is at this point, Ani's really stepped into her power and she can help you communicate with your animal who's passed over. And sometimes more importantly, your animal that's here, who's driving you crazy. So without further ado, welcome, Ani. I'm so glad you could be here tonight.
Hi.
So
I'm so happy to be here with you guys. So yes, it's very true. And one of the things that people do ask me is, can I teach other people? Yes. Can anybody learn how to do this? Yes. Though what I had to do was learn how to do it backwards, Hallie. Meaning I was so open that I had to learn how to turn it on and turn it off.
Right. And we have that in common because when you're really little and everything is flooding in, sometimes understanding where it's coming from or how to describe it is difficult.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. And what happened a lot with me was that I was very quiet. I wasn't quiet, but I just wouldn't talk to people about it.
Mm.
And so then I would go to the zoo and I would talk to the animals when I was older and things like that. Well, communicate with them.
Right.
We'll get into that more, but
yes, absolutely. Since you switched though from talking to communicating, let's clarify, because I think sometimes people believe, oh, you're communicating, so you must be an animal behaviorist and you must be using psychology and you must. But that's not the case here. When you communicate, it's not only verbal, is it?
Not at all. So a lot of times what happens with my clients especially is when I'm in a session is with the human, I'll say to them, okay, well, I'm going to be talking out loud and you'll know when I'm asking a question and when I'm getting a response back, it's I'm hearing you, I'm hearing them, and I'm hearing you talk at the same time. So one at a time, guys, let me just get them first. And how I get my messages is from all 5 senses. It used to just be 2, and then now it is all 5 senses. So I may get something like an animal that I'll get a scent from, like I'll smell roses. And I said, I'm smelling roses. And the person will start to cry and they'll have to tell me what happened.
Right.
So, or I'm hearing, a lot of the times I could hear their voice, Hallie, and it gives me a lot of a sense of their personality from their voice. Maybe it sounds like they're like a heavy smoker. And some of them sound like they're really loud like this. And they talk like
dog or horse.
Right. And I'm like, wow, okay, they sound really raspy. And the person starts to laugh. And I realize it is part of their personality.
Right.
But not all of them come in that way. So it tells me about their personality of how they communicate. If that clarifies things.
Which is fantastic, because a lot of people kind of take for granted that when we are communicating, whether it's mediumship for a person or mediumship for an animal, or it's just clairvoyance, that the senses are used. It's not just that extra sensory perception. It's a matter of it being cumulative. As you said, you started with 2 senses and then it was 5 senses. And I had something similar in the sense of, speaking of senses, when I was 18, I didn't know anything about handwriting analysis, and yet I was busy working and happened to look down at a piece of paper. Next thing I know, I'm talking to this person in front of me whose eyes are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It didn't even dawn on me. It just came through. It wasn't until later that I went, oh, look at that. Like there was something else there that I could now use. So I definitely understand. But I think our listeners and our viewers need to understand that we all have gifts. I know you said just a moment ago that, yes, they can learn this too. However, we all sense in a different way, and not everybody uses all senses at the same time.
Thank you for saying that. Absolutely. And what I've told people before, when I have taught a class or what have you, is that please, whatever you're getting, just go with it.
Yes.
No, but I don't know if I can.
Right.
You have to go with it, because it really is, the second guessing is what gets in your way. So literally when I get messages from an animal, I'm just bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not, why am I getting it or am I asking it? No, because it is second nature.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. I'm an animal channel. That's the easiest way to describe it.
I love that. Okay. So that being said, I must ask, do you do the whole fur, fin, and feather thing? Are there only certain animals that like to talk to, or certain animals that like to communicate more than others?
The answer is no, because I have communicated with pretty much any species. I have communicated with fish. And it's
love it.
A very different, from when I've communicated with fish, they're usually kind of slower. Like there's a lag with the answer, and I'm like, waiting. I'm like,
that's like, can you speed it up a little? Goldilocks.
Yeah. I mean, if I was talking to a horse, it would be like, bam, 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 or a cat. Now, I will have to tell you, I do speak to all animals, but I do realize majority of the time with cats, and I love this, they don't care.
True. Very true.
They don't care. And I just love when I'm going to talk to a cat, because it's like, look, this is how it is.
Right. Right. They're
Not
so
all the
independent.
time. Not all the time. I mean, I've spoken to guinea pigs and that are like that too, and other animals, but it is a cat thing.
Part of their nature, for sure.
Part of their nature of how they are. And so yes, the answer is yes.
Okay. So as we're sharing this, I just want to remind everybody that they can find you online at Ani, A-N-I, Animal Communicator, as well as TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. So after the show, you can run right out and make sure that you connect with Ani. And as we're chatting, and even I'm thinking with the social media being the way it is, there has to be a lot of people that are wondering, really, what is the purpose of having you, let's say, help them? Meaning, if somebody didn't specifically lose an animal, or they did specifically lose an animal, why would somebody want for you to communicate for them?
A lot of times it is closure. They want to make sure that their animal is safe, that they've crossed over, that there is a lot of part, and I do want to say this because it's really important. Animals don't use the word death. They've never used the word death. They will say crossing over. They will say I've passed on. They will say I no longer have a dog suit or an envelope. They say it like that to me. With animal, that is the reason for closure and the reason to know that they're okay. Who are they with? Are they coming back? If they're coming back, when are they coming back? These are the normal reasons why. And also, I'm going through such a difficult time.
Right.
Sam or Mary or whoever that has lost their animal, that they're going through such a hard time of grief that they just don't know what they're going to do. And I've gotten a lot of people that have contacted me through that. So that's another reason is for
peace. You help them have closure. I think it's peace more than anything else, giving them that insight and awareness that, yes, their loved ones were safe. Because I think it's the same truly with people and animals. When you love someone, it doesn't matter if it's a dog or cat or a person, you want to know that if they've passed on, that they're well, that they're safe, that things are good.
Yes.
So what about those who, let's say, like me, has a wolf dog who, God bless, he's only 30% wolf, but he is wolfy in so many ways. And people keep saying to me, when's he going to grow out of that? Do you have folks that have an animal who has a behavior or a certain personality that they want more insight on?
Absolutely. Now that is different than an animal behaviorist. An animal behaviorist you would go to, Hallie, as you know, big difference is the animal behaviorist you would go to, and it's like, oh, well, I need the psychology behind this. Right. I'm going to tell you why they're doing what they're doing from their aspect, what they feel about it, and help in the situation of where can we compromise? What can we do to make the situation better?
I love that.
And that is understanding, just understanding the situation of why they're doing what they're doing. It may be medical. And
a lot of times true, very true.
That's another reason why a person would contact me. There's a medical situation, the animal is very ill, or the animal is transitioning to cross over, and they want to know if the animal is ready and what type of assistance they would like. And animals that have had let's say you just adopted them, you want to know their background. How can you help them with a trauma? I do something very special that's called angelic soul retrieval for that.
Sorry. And for those who are unaware of what soul retrieval is, it means that there's something traumatic that has happened. And again, whether it's a person or an animal, something that an animal or being has experienced that makes them feel as if a part of them is missing. And dealing with soul retrieval helps them feel whole again. And so there might have been stressors before that once they have the soul retrieval taken care of, the stressors aren't there anymore. It reminds me really of doing a past life regression where somebody might say, I'm curious. And yet when they have the regression, all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, now I understand whatever it is that was troubling them, and it no longer troubles them.
I'm glad that you did bring that up. That helps a lot. And I actually have people ask me, and animals do answer that. Have we been in a past life together? And what type of body did we have? And what type of relationship do we have? So, and those are really interesting. I like those a lot.
That would be a lot of fun, I would think.
It
is. You have a little tiny mouse now, but he was a big cat in another life, and you hunted together. That's kind of a cool thing.
Yes, and I have had animals who have told me that they were human once. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them don't want to come back as a human.
I don't really blame them, actually.
Right, me neither.
Okay, tell me the most interesting or funniest or memorable moment that you've had since you've been working with animals.
So one was a lady that reached out to me and she says, I need to know if my dog is ready to cross over. So I started to talk to him. The most incredible, enlightened being I have ever spoke to.
Wow.
He informed me that he was a Zen master. I mean, I thought, I didn't even know how to tell this lady. Like, I was like, okay, how do I say this? Like, I can't make this up. I mean.
Right. So he was obviously there to teach her, to help her more than just a companion.
Yes. Come to find out, she was Buddhist.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, she was Buddhist and her whole family, that's how she was raised. I didn't know. How would I know? They don't tell me anything, by the way. I only have a picture and a name, so I know nothing before reading. Number one. And number two, he started to share things and she's like, oh, well, that makes sense. He's a Zen master because the way that he is. And I was like, okay, cool. All right, cool. And then the next one was this cat in Brooklyn that they asked me, well, what does so-and-so cat think of Molly or Mary? I forget her name, whatever it was, Mary, my sister-in-law. And she says, well, she has the most annoying voice. And all I heard in my head was, knock, 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 knock. She's very nasal and I don't like it. It annoys me, it hurts my ears.
Sure.
Come to find out, she goes, I can't stand her voice. The cat is telling me.
Right.
The cat has gone over when they're having FaceTime on the phone and turned with a paw, pushed the stop the call.
I love it. That's awesome.
So I was cracking up, roaring, and I'm like, well, there you go.
That was letting you know the best way it could that Molly or whatever the person's name was, it's not for them. Love it. Do you find that there are common questions that people ask before they hire you to help them?
So before, when a client hires me, then they're able to book on my website. When they go to my website, they click, they book, they decide what they want. It gives them complete instructions, and they also get their confirmation email. In the confirmation email, it says, please just send me a picture or a description if the animal's been passed a long time, and a photo. A photo and their name, sorry. And that's all I need. But please write down your questions so that I have the questions during the session, but not before.
Right.
So yes, Especially if it is like a behavioral situation or if it is an animal that is in spirit. Those are usually like the similar questions.
Okay. What's commonplace? I mean, I would think one of the main things is Fido or Fifi or whatever. Safe? Are they happy? I would think those are kind of common because I know that even though I don't do mediumship specifically, sometimes clients come in and they want to know about their mom that just passed or their cousin and if they're all right. So to me, at least, that's been very commonplace. Do you find the same thing?
Yes. So are they okay? Do they forgive me?
That's a biggie.
And it is a biggie in that if there was assistance in crossing over by taking them to the vet or the vet assisted them, there's this sense of, or I'll get a lot of, oh my gosh, I feel so guilty and bad that I didn't take them to the vet sooner.
Right.
Or could I have done something to help them to not pass? So those are common questions. Are they okay? Who they're with? And then I get questions like, okay, why are they doing this? Like for behavior.
Right.
Why are they doing this? What can we do about it? Oh, they're okay. I can't figure out why my cat keeps vomiting. Why? What can I do to help them? What do they need? And so sometimes it's a supplement that they're telling me that they're prescribing that they need, or they could also tell me that they need to go to, I'll ask them, okay, acupuncture, do you need to go to a vet? What do you need? And they know what they need. They will share it. They will tell me. And I'll be like, okay, no problem. No CBD, got it. Sorry I asked.
But better to ask than not.
Yes. And you also want to make sure that the medications, if they're on medications, that it's actually working.
I've run into that. But then again, anytime you have a being who's sensitive, medication does not always react in the way that the vet expects it to. So for instance, you can have a nervous dog, and I'm sure you've run into this, where somebody's given them, let's say, some sort of anti-anxiety, and instead of the dog having the edge taken off, instead, they're spaced out, just hanging out on the floor. They're inactive. That's not what you want. So there definitely has to be a happy medium there between what the animal knows is right for them and how to guide the mom or dad as to how they're going to communicate with the vet.
Right. And
an intermediary.
Always an intermediary. That's what I do. And I always tell my clients, I say, look, I know that you hired me, but I work for your dog or I work for your cat, or and I just say, don't kill the messenger. You know?
Right. It's like, I work for them, you get to pay. I love it. Now, I know that years ago, you used to have dogs come to you and you would look after them while their owners were busy or were going away, and you had them come to the house. Do you still do that, or do you just work with people remotely these days?
So I work with people strictly remotely. And so I have some clients that are in the States, some of them that are in Europe. I even have some clients that are in India.
Oh, very nice. I love that when we get to chat with people that are outside of the country.
It is so cool. And I'm like, okay, well, what time is it over there? That's like the first thing
exactly. I got used to saying Eastern time because you'd say like, 3 p.m, and they call you at 9 o'clock in the morning. And you're going, wait, we said 3 p.m. What's going on here? And you realize, oh yeah, totally different place.
That does happen a lot, especially with my clients that, let's say, it's happened to me that are either my clients that are in Europe or my clients that are like Pacific time, or they're in Hawaii. I've had clients that are in Hawaii that they'll say to me, oh, well, wait a minute. It's at 9 a.m. is our 9 a.m. Which time zone?
Exactly. Yeah, I've run into that a few times. I want to know, are you doing any teaching these days? Are you doing any sort of trainings? What's special that's coming up that you can share very quickly? And is it on your website so that once again, we can let everybody know that they should go to AniAnimalCommunicator.com, and Ani is spelled ANI. So if you could briefly just let us know, do you have something coming up soon?
Yes, actually, very soon I'm going to have digital. What clients have been asking me for is, what do you call it? Oh my goodness, sorry. Guided meditation with animals who have crossed over ill, that kind of thing, so that they can do that at any time.
Very nice.
That's going to be coming out very soon. And I'm probably going to be, instead of having live classes to teach people, in the near future, I'm going to be having recorded classes so that they can watch it any time that they want to. Please go, when you go to my social media and you click on the bio itself, you can sign up for my newsletter there. And so that you can then know what's going on when it's happening.
Ani, thank you so much for being with us today. I just want to let everybody know again, Ani's website is AniAnimalCommunicator.com. We'll be back next week with the Hallie Elise Show. I'm so glad that you tuned in tonight. And again, you can find Ani all over the internet. Go to TikTok. You'll have a blast. She has content on there. Go to Facebook. Rewatch the show in case you missed anything. And again, remember that Ani is here to help you with your animals that are here in this world with you, as well as those loved ones who have. Again, I'm so glad you could be on this evening. Thank you so much.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I hope you're all doing well. I have had a very niggly cough the last few days, and I had a massive coughing fit before I came on the show. So hopefully that's all behind me and I don't go into another one. As usual, I have pulled 3 cards for you all to tune into. So just take a quick moment to think whether you gravitate to 1, 2, or 3. Remember, just take what resonates with you. Sometimes things haven't come up yet, so just keep it in your mind, and it might be relevant in the near future for you. Okay, if you have chosen card 1, the card that's come up for you is this one. It is influence. All right, I'm just going to read it. It's got some writing here. I'm going to read it out to you and then also give you what my guide has given. The card says, use your influence for change. You may do public speaking, social videos, or interview. Your voice and opinions are important. The messages that my guide has also added onto this card for you is it's also speaking up for others, whether it's to do with relationships, friendships, family, seeing if you can help give a new perspective as well. So finding your voice. Also, she's saying helping to clear the air around things. So maybe you need to be the voice for people as well. So just take it as it resonates for your situation, okay? The card that I've drawn with that is realignment. It's that one there, and it also says shift your perspective for a gained sense of clarity, and that is either for yourself or if you're helping others to give them a new sense of clarity. All right, if you've gravitated to card 2, the card for that is on the table. All right, won't put you on the table. And it says here, time to put your demands on the table and get serious about what you want. So that's asking for a raise, a promotion, or a step up. Okay. Now, what my guide is also saying, if you're feeling like you aren't being heard at the moment, so this could be to do with a relationship, or you're not getting what you want. It's like stepping up and making life better for yourself. And I feel like this potentially could be at home as well, all right? And asking for assistance, getting the pressure taken off yourself. All right, and the card that came with that that I've drawn is declutter. All right, now you may want to declutter your home, but if not, it's saying here, just let go of old items, create a new sacred space for yourself. So that is just lining up with the other card, which is just creating a new space for yourself, a new energy for yourself within the home. So what hasn't served you, just be like, this doesn't work for me anymore. Okay, and finding the happy medium, finding a place where you can be happier in your life. All right. If you've gravitated to card 3, the card for you is a wisdom. And I will read that out for you. You're called to serve as a mentor for someone or as a role model and guide who can show the way. Use your wisdom and experience. What I also got around that is don't hesitate to do this if somebody approaches you. So if you feel like, you don't know enough or you're feeling nervous about guiding somebody, my guide is like, don't be. It'll put like a spring back in your step. You'll feel useful, and you'll feel like you can use some of the things that you've learnt. Okay, because I do feel like you're constantly learning stuff. So if somebody comes to you for advice, please give it, all right, if that feels right for you. Okay, I'll get to my caller now. I think I've got Michelle.
Hi.
Hello. How are you, Michelle?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Hi, good. How can I help you today?
I was just wondering if you would be able
to give me a reading. I don't know if you, like whatever you want to do. I would like to connect with Spirit if you do that. But otherwise, I would just like a general reading, if you could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Did you say, Michelle, did you say you want to connect with Spirit?
Yes.
Yeah.
My husband. Yeah.
Okay, I do have Spirit here. Just I do have a Spirit here for you. Okay, did you say your husband? I think this could be your husband.
Oh, really? That would be so awesome.
All right, I'll give you what he's showing me. Just give me one sec. I can see him, this man is showing me that he's coughing and he's rubbing his chest up and down and he's holding onto his chest. Does that make sense for you, for your husband?
Yes, he had pneumonia and he was having chest pains before he passed. And he was coughing like nonstop for about a month straight.
Oh, okay. That's not good. He has a message for you. He's saying he's sorry that he had to let you go, all right, meaning to go. And he's giving me that visual of, I don't know if you watched the movie Titanic, where Rose was on the floating door and, you know, they just kind of let go. He's showing me that, and he's showing me that that's how he felt with you when he passed. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah.
Okay. He's also saying he didn't want to leave, but it was his time, and he's like, he's not happy. He's not angry, but he's not happy either, you know, and he's thinking more about you than him at this moment. And when he's talking about that, he's also saying, I don't know if he was like quite philosophical. I feel like he could have been quite good with his words, but he's saying, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. And he's also showing me that he's going to look after you. I feel like this has to do also with finances. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. And he's also saying, waste not, want not. All right. So, you know, did he used to say that, like not want to sort of like throw things away, you know, necessarily, you know, I'm not saying necessarily, but he didn't like to waste things.
Yeah, no, he didn't at all.
Yeah. He's also saying, don't forget to breathe. Are you getting anxious about things usually? You know, when Spirit talk about that, they're letting me know that person might be getting wound up about something and they need to just sort of calm themselves a bit. Does that make sense for you, Michelle?
Yes, I have bad anxiety and I've just gone to the doctors recently with really high blood pressure. And I've been having like short on breath lately.
Okay. So, you know, like if you don't have like any breathing techniques, one that my guide gave me, and I've given it to callers before, is because sometimes I get anxious as well. And the technique that she gave me and has worked is to breathe in to the count of 3, hold to the count of 4, and then breathe out to the count of 6. And you just keep doing that until you feel yourself calm down. And that's really helped me. So that's something for you that you can try as well. Okay.
Thank you so much for that. I'll try to remember that.
Yeah, you look, if you don't remember, so it's 3, 4, 6. Okay?
Okay.
And you can always watch the show back. All right? So you can get it again yourself. Don't forget that.
Could you tell him that I miss him and I love him so much?
Yeah, he can hear you, and he's saying that he knows that. Did he used to sit when he would sit down? Did he used to sit like with one leg over the other, like not like a woman would, but with the other leg sort of open? But he's showing me that, and he's showing me that he sits on the couch like that. So I don't know if he used to sit like that, but is that how he used to sit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of like
he's
with his feet crossed.
Yeah, he's showing me that. He's saying he still is around, okay? And where he used to sit, that's where he still sits. And he's like, that's my spot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I feel like
it's his recliner. He has a recliner there.
Okay, well, that's like saying it's his spot. All right. He's showing me like I feel like he's quite intelligent, and also saying that you're quite resilient. All right. He's like, find the balance in life. You need to find your happiness. You are gonna have decisions to make, and you do have decisions to make, but he's like, just take some rest for yourself and think it through. You need to move on. All right, not just for yourself. He's gone. You need to move on. All right. He's also saying if it's helpful for you to take a holiday, I don't know if you've planned, but he's talking about locally in the US. All right, or not far.
Really?
Yeah, not far. Okay, just something to get away in whenever the time suits you. He's also telling me another love interest will come in for you, and he's saying he's okay with that, so that you will know. But he's also saying, be careful, make sure he's good enough for you. All right? All right, you take care of yourself, Michelle. Okay,
I appreciate that.
Definitely, but everything's fine. He's watching over you. Okay.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Ravengale Tarot with LJ Ravengale. Live from Ravengale.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Ravengale Tarot on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome. I am LJ, and this is Ravengale Tarot on A1R Psychic Radio. To reach me directly, you can go to ravengale.com. That's RAVENGAYLE.com. We are taking live calls as they queue up. I thought we'd do a 3-card reading from the Oshos and Tarot. In the past position, we have harmony. This card depicts an individual in blue. There is a white light in his heart center. Riding the wave of light from the heart center are a pair of dolphins diving down to touch a white light in the individual's third eye. In the past, the client has known inner peace by living in their heart. In the present position, we have suppression. This card depicts an individual imprisoned in an orange box. They are bound in knotted rope that weighs them down. Their inner light glows beneath them. The individual's face is hidden by clouds. In the present, the client is feeling confined because they have made choices to please others. This isn't healthy and needs to be released before self-destruction. And then the future position, we have awareness. This card depicts an individual standing in a cloud. There are blue flames over the obscured individual's face. Through those flames is the image of a child Buddha. In the future, the client's feeling of overwhelm will melt away to reveal an awareness of a new state of being. So the theme in this reading is that the client needs to reevaluate how they are spending their energy. What are they giving it away to? And does it serve them? The client will move through this period of overwhelm and step away from feeling trapped by the way they give energy away. When they do this, they will reach a new state of awareness. Good things are coming, which is awesome news. So then, drawing the next card, we have guidance. And guidance shows them flying through the air with cloud forms, essentially showing that they will be well guided. They have their ancestors and their spirit guides with them. So let's see here. I'll go ahead and pull a reading from the Gilded Card Tarot. And I see we have Gaina in Manchester, England. Hello, Gaina. Welcome.
Hello. Okay.
How are you?
Okay, thank you.
So how can I help you today?
What would the future be in like 6 months for me?
Okay, I'll be happy to do a general reading for Gaina, looking to see what the general future looks like in the next 6 months. Okay, looking here, I see in the past you've had the Page of Wands reversed with the Five of Cups. And this Page of Wands is referencing a child or a younger person. And the Five of Cups has you feeling overwhelmed by the situation around you, not feeling very fulfilled. And then in the present, we have the Nine of Swords. And this has been a really tough time period for you, because I can see that with the Nine of Swords, essentially the images of a woman sitting with her head in her hands, with the 9 swords behind her. So really not seeing a whole lot of choices for options or choices for activity. However, the good news is in the future you have the Chariot. So the Chariot can be a move, it can be relocation. I'm pulling down a few more extra cards to see if I can learn some more about this. And I see here with the Hermit reverse that you're going to be moving into a period where you're not as isolated anymore. With the Eight of Wands, we have you. Wands is the suit of the mind, so these are making decisions to achieve greater balance. And then with the Moon, that is a period of evolution, of things going through their natural cycles to come to essentially the situation that you find yourself in is a transitory situation. It's not permanent. Do you have any questions for me from these cards?
I'm having an operation soon. Will it be successful, please?
Certainly.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm shuffling to check your health situation.
Okay, thank you.
Looking on the success of this surgery. So then in the past position, I've got the Nine of Swords back again. And that, however, is in the past. In the present, we've got the Hierophant. And then in the future, we've got the King of Wands reversed with the Two of Pentacles. So with the Hierophant, what this is telling me is the Hierophant is the wise man who goes into the cave to face his fears, essentially learning the lessons from the past and moving forward. And that's in the present. So I would say that you're being very well guided by your physicians. Looking at the future with the King of Wands reversed and the Two of Pentacles, I would say that the surgery is going to be a success. You'll begin to see things moving again. However, there are a few things that are going to remain to be dealt with, meaning that it's going to take some time to heal, and there's probably a couple unexpected things coming. But I do see that there's room for hope with the Star, and then I drew the Chariot again. So essentially, I see this as being a good situation. I do see you being well advised by your physician. So it's just a matter of coming through the healing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And yes, I'll be moving into another property in a month's time.
Okay. All right. That's good, because I was seeing that again with the Chariot back. Would you like to know more about this move?
Yes, please.
Okay. Tell me about Dina's move. Dina's move. Dina's move. So in the past position, I have the Five of Pentacles, and I believe that to be your health concerns keeping you occupied. In the present, I've got the Six of Pentacles, so that is making decisions with your health and your wealth. And then in the final position, I've got the Hung Man, which is an interesting card to see. I think that relates to your recovery after your surgery. Then putting down a few more cards to show what supports you in this, I've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is a good card to have when you're looking at moving and with your concerns about your health. So what this tells me is that your surgery is going to continue to go well after your period of rehabilitation, and you're going to have the resources for this move. However, it isn't going to happen the way that you anticipate that it will with the Ace of Swords reversed. So I would recommend being cautious with how you manage your money, so that you have plenty of options when this move comes to be. And then in the final position, I've got the Four of Pentacles, which shows a man holding on to a giant pentacle, as well as a pentacle above his head and pentacles below his feet. And in a sense, this image is about feeling very well grounded and feeling secure in your finances and your move and in your health. So I think this is going to be a good thing. It's just not going to happen the way that you expect it to.
Okay, yes, thank you. Wonderful.
Is there something else that I can look at for you here?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Where are you moving to?
I'm going into a one-bedroom flat.
Oh, okay. Something a little more manageable?
Yeah. Downsizing. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds like a good thing to do.
Yeah, best thing.
It'll be easier for you to navigate.
Sorry?
You said that this is likely going to be easier for you to navigate than your current arrangement.
Yeah, very easy and it's better for me.
Okay, so we do still have a couple minutes left. Is there another situation that you'd like that I can look at for you?
Will I be single for the rest of my life, or will I meet anybody?
Okay. So Dana meets someone. Will she be single for the rest of her life? Dana meeting someone. In the past position, I have the King of Swords reversed with the Six of Cups. In the present, I've got the Hierophant, and in the future, I've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I think you're going to find that when it comes to dating and meeting people, you like to play by your own rules. And I say that because you've got the Hierophant reversed. And then with the Wheel of Fortune reversed in the final position here, I don't really think you're going to find a partner that is comfortable, that you are comfortable with, rather, because of the way that you like to set your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been treated awful by my ex-husband, you see. So I just want to live my life best I can now.
And I can certainly appreciate that. That's a good reason to set your own rules and your own guidelines.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do see that our time together is coming to an end. I do want to thank you for tuning in, and thanks for the call, Dana.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. For your personal reading, find me at ravengale.com, RAVENGAYLE.com, or message me on Facebook at Ravengale Thoreau. Until we talk again, may you and yours be blessed with the very best of happiness.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is your time to shine on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Thank you for being here on A1R Psychic Radio and being with me. I'm super happy to have you here this evening. And here we are in the wake, in the middle of summer. I can't believe it. We've been having great weather. And I've been spending a lot of time in my backyard, really enjoying the weather. So super happy about that. And we are going to go try to catch the Aurora Borealis tonight. I know, I live in Oregon. You shouldn't be able to see that. But according to reports, we are supposed to be able to see it tonight. So we are going to take a little journey after the show and see if we can go find some beautiful majestic lights and have the universe put on a fantastic light show. Even if it's just a tiny little bit, I will be okay. It's my bucket list. And so even if I get a little taste, then that will encourage me to go to Alaska with my husband and see the lights up there. He's been up there, and the photographs he has taken with the aurora borealis are just absolutely stunning. And so maybe tonight will be just a little piece of my bucket list, just a little taste. That would be fantastic. So we'll see what happens. So for tonight's little tip. So I have been talking with somebody in my group, and I'm going to keep this very vague so it doesn't give out any information without their permission. So I've been dealing with this person almost a daily basis, and they're new to me. I'm trying to understand them and kind of figure them out. And I've been in situations where we've been in meetings and I've been talking with them, and it feels like they are getting upset with me for something that wasn't my fault, but they are putting the blame on me, or it feels like that blame is being put on me, but it's very vague. It's very different. And they use words that make it broad term, but the energy of it reads differently. I don't know. Maybe you guys have been in a situation like that. So it's been very interesting for me, of course, as an empath. Even if it wasn't directed to me, I want to take that energy on and transmute it and then think, wow, why is this person getting upset with me? I don't understand. I haven't done anything wrong. I've been following all the protocols or whatever that is, and somehow I'm still getting the brunt end of this. So it's really been interesting because it's really put me into awareness to take a step back and go, what is this situation really about? And that's really what you need to do when you're feeling that energy and you're feeling that pressure and you're thinking, this is being directed towards me, but yet on some level, it's not being directed towards you, and you kind of know that. That's the moment that you need to take a step back, get out of the situation and say, okay, what is this trying to tell me? Right? So after this has happened a few times, I've taken a step back and said, okay, this is not about me. And it's true. I've realized that it wasn't about me. This person was almost venting or, letting me know that something wasn't right. And it felt like it was being directed towards me, but more it was being directed as like an overall unit, right? For an overall group of people. But I was taking that on as my own. So being able to step into that awareness and say, wait a minute, let's back it up, reevaluate, and then look into the energy of it. I realized it really wasn't about me. I was the conduit for which this person was allowing frustration to come through and to be released. And I can say, okay, I understand this better. And I'm able to basically digest what they're saying, understand what they're saying, and be able to walk away from it because I don't own it, right? I didn't take that on. I didn't put it on, over the top of my human self. I was able to walk away from it and say, that wasn't mine. It seemed like it was being directed to me, but it wasn't. So the whole reason behind my story is if we can all be in that awareness of when you are in a conversation with someone and you feel like it's being directed towards you, you don't know why, because you feel you haven't done anything. You need to take that step back and say, okay, what is going on around them? What is going on with them? And further conversations with them, even maybe just listening to what they have to say, will give you insight onto why this conversation is happening, why you feel like you are being the one blamed or, feeling the need to take on this situation when it's really not yours. Because as I listened to this person and going through the conversations, I was realizing and I was picking up that there were things involved that happened prior to me meeting with this person, right? It was really the trigger. And I was just the conduit to be able to release it. So not taking that on makes a huge difference in my daily work, in my daily life, being able to step back and be objective about it and say, nope, that's not mine. And, releasing that energy and pushing it away from me because it's not mine. So it really helped. It was a really interesting awareness for me and an important journey that I've been taking over these last, couple months, I would say. So I wanted to share that tip with you to hopefully help you all out there who might be going through some similar situations, that you may evaluate the situation from a higher level, from a distance or a perspective that's different than your own, right? Looking through it as a different lens and stepping away from the situation and asking, is this really directed to me or towards me? Or is this just somebody releasing and I'm just there to witness and be that conduit? Because it is a huge difference and you don't take that on. You don't walk away feeling mad, frustrated, confused. You just go, oh, that's what that was. And you can walk away from it, right? So being awareness, the biggest thing with almost any of this is just being in awareness. And if you can be in that space and place, then I would say 75% of all of this, you can understand where it's coming from, why it's happening, and then you can take measures and steps to either go towards it or step back from it. All right. Hopefully that is helpful. It's been very helpful for me. But right now we have a caller ready to go. We have Cheryl in Alberta, Canada. Good evening, Cheryl, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm
good. What can I do for you this evening?
I was just wondering maybe a bit about money matters.
I'm sorry, what was that last part, finding out about?
Is that better?
Oh, that's much better. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'll move it down a bit there.
So
I was just wondering a bit about money matters.
Oh, money matters. Oh, okay. Yes. All right. Cheryl, there's just going to be a little moment of silence while I tune in to see what's happening. Okay, Cheryl. So what I was getting is you've got some real, what they are telling me is hot issues right now that you're dealing with, some things that are needing the priority of decision making. And they're saying that you need to kind of shift and prioritize and look into some of those things and make some decisions about them. Are there decisions out there that you've been kind of holding off on or that you're evaluating? Because that's kind of what they're showing me right now.
Well, my car basically is close to giving up the ghost, and I had to pick up another one.
Okay.
And it's sort of like, okay, fine. I didn't really need that payment. And it just, it just seems like you get the money in and away it goes.
Right.
Gone.
Right. Yes. Right. What they're showing me is that there are some like belief systems or something that maybe you grew up with that's showing you about money and its worth. That money is not something that stays around for very long. And so it's interesting. It's more with trying to make friends with money. And I know that sounds very odd, but looking as money is not just a thing or a means to an end, but actually, having conversations with money. Gee, maybe you didn't need that, you didn't need that car, or you didn't need, that thing. But you needed that to be able to get back and forth to work, back and forth to the grocery store. And so you say, thank you, money, for showing up for me. Thank you, money, for allowing me to buy this new vehicle. And thank you for showing up when I needed you to show up. So starting in a mode of like gratitude and gratefulness. And actually your team is showing me that you do some sort of a practice like that, being in gratitude of what is coming in and what is coming in for you. And so they want you to know that practicing this on some sort of level, to be grateful and thankful for the money that is coming in.
I can do that because I'm very thankful for when I get paid or when a little bit of extra comes in. And maybe
exactly.
I should say it out loud when at some time during the day.
Yeah. And just so when you're saying that, bring that emotion into it. So like when money comes in or that little bit extra, like, get excited and hold that energy and say thank you and feel that energy through your body, right? And say thank you for this, for coming in, for being here, for walking side by side with me. And imagine that energy pushing out from you, right, into the universe, that gratitude of thankfulness, right? And they're showing me that you do this already, right? And so they're saying, keep that up, keep that cycle going, because as you do that, it compounds. And there's then the more gratitude and the more thankfulness, and that comes in, right? And of course, we all have our bad days. And so you're going to have days that it's not going to feel that great to try to be thankful, and that's okay. And you have to be able to give yourself a break on that. I'm looking to see what else they can tell me about money matters for you. So I keep hearing the words holding on, as like you're holding on for some kind of an outcome. So there's something out there that you're holding on to, that you're holding on hope for, to balance all this out. And
I think that's a big lotto win, like everybody's hoping for.
It might be. They're saying that it's something else. Are you in some type of a negotiation with somebody? It's not like a settlement, but I keep feeling like there's a negotiation. Is there a negotiation for a raise at your job?
Not right now, no.
Interesting. Okay. I feel like that there's a possibility for a raise in your job. It feels like there's an elevation, there's a shift, that there's something like that coming. Because they keep bringing me around to holding on.
Okay.
They're not showing me a lot more. So
do they say anything about my health?
there's So have you been, I'm actually sitting here, I'm scratching and itching.
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes must be it.
Yeah.
There's something about like an itch or like a 7-year itch. Like you're going through, it's the end of a cycle is what they're saying. Like you're at the end of a cycle.
Okay.
They say that you've been kind of doctoring like a lot of little things. And that's coming to this year-end cycle that is coming into a conclusion, right? And it's going to give you that relief that you've been looking for.
Okay.
Okay.
Fabulous.
Yeah. It's like, they're showing me it's like lots of like little things. Nothing big and major, but
okay.
An end game, or to figure out what is what the solution is.
Okay.
And so they're saying that is coming in, that's coming in for you.
Oh, good.
I just heard healthy as a horse. So there you go.
Well, that's good because I'll be honest, I've battled 3 different types of cancer and didn't do the chemo or anything, just did radiation once, and I'm clear so far.
Excellent. Yay.
And
congratulations.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's always in the back of your mind, but I named them. When I had the breast cancer, he was Hank, and it was a matter of getting rid of Hank. And then I had bowel cancer, and I gave him a name. And then when I had the spot in my lung that had to come out, I gave him a name. And I do not believe that I had cancer. I had 3 guys invading my body that we chucked to the curb. And they're not coming back to party.
That is excellent.
And I'm from the age that if you got the big C, you didn't live through the big C. So I would rather name them and check them.
There you go. And get rid of all of the emotion, because disease in our body is a lot about emotion and unreleased emotion, right? So the more that you can release all of that you can get it out, the healthier your body becomes. And so it's like that's what they're showing me, is that it literally has been oozing out of your pores, right? It's been oozing out and releasing. So you've been doing all of the right combinations to get rid of all of that from your body. So congratulations. That is really fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
They're saying that you have this. You have got this. You are a very strong person. Stronger than you even believe yourself. And so you need to take a moment and recognize that. Recognize the accomplishments that you've done, the things that you have overcome and stayed strong to.
Okay.
Okay, so your guides are saying it's really hard for you to take credit for something. So they say take the credit where the credit is due and love yourself even more for that. Okay. Which is another thing that's really hard for you to do, they say.
Yep.
You have all this love for everybody else. You're very, very giving. You're very passionate about creating this safe space for people. And they said it's really okay to create that safe space for yourself and to love yourself. And of course, as a human, that's really hard for us to do because we feel that's very selfish and that's not how we're supposed to be and operate. But really, it's about the self-love so that we can give more love, right?
Okay. I understand that part. Yeah.
You see what else they have here for you. Speaking of taking care of somebody, they're showing me somebody that you're taking care of.
I'd probably be my husband.
Okay. They're just showing me that that's been very challenging for you. And they want you to again, they're going back to that recognition of you're doing a fantastic job. and giving yourself some credit, giving yourself a little pat on the back, giving yourself a little slack when something doesn't go as you had anticipated or expected, okay? And realize that once in a while you're going to have a bad day, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Right? You're always that cheerful, happy person, and it's okay if you have a bad day.
Okay.
To not be too hard on yourself for that. Your husband's very grateful for what you're doing for him. He doesn't always show it.
That's true.
But he is very grateful.
Oh, great.
Okay. When the ego kind of steps aside, that's when you can see it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Typical man.
Yes. Yes. They're saying, don't let that dim your light. Okay?
Okay.
Because you are very empathic and very caring, you carry a lot of that. So make sure that you're not carrying something that's not yours, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, Cheryl, we're coming down to the last few seconds of our show. So I'm going to have to say goodnight, but I want to say thank you so much for calling in this evening.
Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it.
You are very welcome. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye for now.
All right, that does it for me. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in this evening. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please reach out to me on my website at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Exciting news. My friend and I, Melinda, are going to be doing a retreat in Canada in October. More to come on that next week. I will give you all the details on that, and it'll be posting to my website very soon. Until then, you guys all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you again next week.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDSPsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host, Lady D. I hope you've had an enjoyable week. So this week with the planets, the main transit that we have coming up this week, which is going to be on, well, it's my Tuesday, the 17th of July, but for other people around the world, it will be on your 16th. We do have Mars and Uranus conjuncting together. So you might suddenly feel the energies coming together over the weekend, but they will actually hit on Tuesday. This is in Taurus. This can bring about unexpected strength or unexpected frustrations or anger. This could be affecting where your security is or what you value. It may even come across as like sort of freedoms. There also could be about financial too, and it could also bring about some sort of reality check for you as well with this conjunction. A few years ago, not the last, I think the one before last, the conjunction, that was the January 6th event. So that was very Mars and Uranus coming together. So we'll have to see what happens this time around the world when these two planets come together. But if you're someone that could be quite calm, you might get unexpected anger, but it could be unexpected strength too. I have a feeling about a lot of securities. We've also got on the 12th, so today we have Venus coming into Leo, and it's also opposing Pluto. So with this aspect, it is also about financially. When Venus in Leo, I feel like it's a fun time to be like creative, wanting to be social. I also feel like wanting to know your value as well coming in with this. I feel like there could be some sort of feeling like limitations or like some sort of trapment here with that opposition to Pluto. This could be about a certain change, big transformation to do with relationships and finances with that transit coming in. When we've also got the Mercury that's also in Leo with the Venus there too, I feel like people are questioning about, they don't want to rock the boat, or like, what will they say? Because they want to get, they want to give people a good side, or they're having that courage to speak up too. But I also feel like there's a sense of, I keep on hearing value in my head. I keep on hearing the word value. So I feel like this is all going to bring up things sort of what we value too, and also what we take pride in as well. Because we're in Leo. Leos have a lot of pride, and that pride gets bruised the ego. The Leos feel a bit down. So we've also got this week a square with Mercury and Mars. I was speaking up as being short-tempered, so that might make you a bit of a short fuse this week with that transit. We've also got a try with Mercury and Jupiter. That's going to be there till the 14th. That's helping you with, and I think that's giving it a bit of that boost in that communication that's coming up. And then we've got a sextile with Venus and Jupiter, which is also helping you with relationships. Again, feeling quite social, like going out partying, but also expressing your creativity, expressing yourself too. I feel like that's coming in. What I've got written down here for this week, I've got passion, like expressing yourself, feeling like you have to keep moving, like not wanting to keep still or stand still. Can feel like you might feel like nothing's going right. It could be that feeling that way nothing you do is going right. Could be a sense of some of these aspects that make you feel this way. There could be some sort of like shocks coming up this week. And I was getting some about reality. So your sense of reality might be changing, or you might feel like you want to escape reality with where we've got those Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in retrograde. And it could be a sense that you feel like you just need to take a break, or wanting to break free from limitations or what's limiting you. I feel like this week's going to bring about a mixed bag of feelings. Might be trying to like keep the pressure down, want to keep the pressure off. As I said before, like needing a new reality. And I've got here not wanting to rock the boat, not want to rock the boat, what's coming up. And it might even feel like you don't fit in. The sort of questionings that are coming up here for this week. So it is going to be quite an interesting week in our own lives, as well as what's happening around the world this week. So we'll have to see what is going to happen. I do feel there's going to be a lot of shocks. There are a lot of tries and a lot of positive aspects coming in too, which is going to help us to get through the week. So it's going to be a mixed bag and a lot of positive, but I feel like a lot of questioning for people too is coming up. Okay, let's go to the caller. So we've got Ali, who's in Sault Ste. Marie, Orlando, in Canada. Oh, Canada. So, hi, Ali. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for taking my call.
That's okay. How can I help you today? How can I help you today, Ali?
Pardon me?
How can I help you today?
Oh, yeah, I've just been really just really emotional. Like I feel like I'm on a roller coaster with all sorts of different things. So I just love to have some like support and just anything else that comes up.
I just feel like you're craving stability. Like you need something to hold on to. Something. It's like like I was saying about the reality check here. You need something that's going to feel you. Where you know where you're going, you know where you're happening, where you just feel very safe and secure. I feel like that is what you need. And I feel like when we get into, I'll say spring, but it's my spring, September, you are going to feel like things are sort of starting to calm down for you. I feel like there is a shock. I feel like there is a shock coming up for you as well. But I also see it as a male trying to talk to you and you don't really want to hear what they have to say. And I feel like that they're sort of causing the instability around you, but you don't need them. You don't need their opinion. You don't really need. You don't need to hear. But I just feel like just this person who's standing up, and then you are sort of not wanting to hear what they have to say. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Okay. I feel like also there's cross boundaries here. There's boundaries that are being crossed, or your boundaries aren't being respected. I feel like there's a sense here that you're going to have to push back, especially by the end of the month here, where you're going to have to set some new goals, but boundaries, like where you are, where you stand. And you're going to have to not let this person go over these boundaries. They need to respect you a bit more too, as well. Okay, and I also feel like, so your mum wants to help you as well, but I don't feel like she can, or she's saying mum, I'm seeing like she wants to help you, but I don't feel like she can help you, but I'm feeling like she wants to help you, is what I'm hearing.
My mom passed away. My mom passed away like almost 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. Like, so she was like a gentle person, and like she was always there, like a rock, like always there for you.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, because I just heard like I'm gentle, and then I've just got and I feel like this lady knows, like she knew what to say to calm you down. Like I feel like if you're in a panic, or she had like a lot of wisdom, but she knew what to say to sort of, and like to make sense, or to keep you, it's like stable. Like she makes this stability around you that I feel like that what you had with her. I also feel like she wasn't bad at cooking. I see her making pancakes. Like she's making a batter. I feel like it's pancakes with the maple syrup with her too. I feel like she always had to make a good meal for her. But I also feel like this lady always had something to do. Like she was always busy. Like she's using her hands. Like she always would have something to do or something on. She wouldn't just be sitting around. I also feel like she was like heavily involved, like with like school, or like an advocate for you, like when it comes to like schools as well too. She does want you to be happy. I just feel like she's there around you to support you. But I feel like, and for her on the other side, it's like her hands are tied here. It's like you got to do this yourself, as well. What's going to happen? There is a new job coming up for you. This card, a new job standing out means I do feel like there is a new job coming up for you as well, which is going to help you to get the new card that you need as well. So I feel like there's a new card that you need, especially like when we get to like January next year. There's a new car that I feel like you're going to be getting to as too. Look, I'm going to say there is a friend by your side, the female friend that is there to help you. And I feel like that she's got your back. But it's kind of like I've got this friend that she's going to be there to sort of help you. It's like everything is a little bit chaotic at the moment around you, but you're going to have to make changes start. I feel like July through to September to help make everything more stable around you. Too.
That makes sense.
Does that make sense? Okay. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. Do you see what's coming up for me around work?
Around work, did you say?
Yes, around work, yeah.
Okay. Well, this new job is standing out at me here, and this card. I put that card out with a new job. I do see a new contract. I do feel like it could be promotion that's coming up for you. But you are going to be happy. And this is a strong foundation. I feel like with this job, it's like laying down the bricks. So I do feel like it is a strong foundation. There is a congratulations there for you. It's like you've earned it. You just deserve this promotion. And it's like also the sense of feeling more free with this job too. And I get a sense that you'll be very happy. But you need this job to get a new car. I feel like you need a new car. I feel like January you're going to get a new car. So you need this new job that's coming up for you for the car. That's what I feel. Don't be scared to let go of something that you don't need anymore, that's too old, because you need to start embracing new things in your life. Okay? Okay, thank you for calling in today, Alan. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. Bye. Okay, everybody, if you want to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Facebook page is also Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram is Lady DS Psychic. My TikTok is Lady D Psychic. And my YouTube is Lady D or Danielle Psychic. So I hope you all have an amazing week, and I'll see you same time, same place next week. So bye for now.